Well, here we are, episode 123. In for my friend Todd Sockman, a.k.a. Big Head Todd the Wet Sprocket. That's 100 plus 23 equals 123. His head is so big, yet his brain is so small. Anyway, on this episode, The Wrecking 2 is back in action. Full force tonight. We will be talking about the year 1965. I don't think we've ever gone back this far. Talking about music and the movies. Nice little addition. People like it. Of 1965. So sit back, relax, stop making your peace signs, because that was right around the corner.
The KOFB studio presents Milk Crates and Turntables, a music discussion podcast hosted by Scott McLean. Now, let's talk music. Enjoy the show.
Thank you, Amanda, for that wonderful introduction, as usual. Over that wonderful introduction, music created by the one and only, the Professor, Mr. Only because he did that song. I'm going to give him a little bit. Let me get rid of that. I'll give him a little bit of credit. Mr. Lou Kikio did the intro. Here we go. I don't even have The Wrecking 2 on the screen yet. And Big Head Todd the Wet Sprocket comes in with I am here, entertain me, and my big head. He gets it. He's finally sometimes I can kind of get it in there. Just kind of just own it. He has officially owned it. His head is bulbous. Got a bulbous head. Speaking of bulbous, it's time Mark Smith from he's got Rolling Stone penalty box. Now right off the bat. See that? And Lou Kikio from the Music Relish Progress, who has never seen Jackie Brown, penalty box right off the bat from both of them motherfuckers. They're bolted. I am not messing around tonight. Oh, no. We are not playing. It comes on my reading that rag, Rolling Stone. Let's try this again, gentlemen. Don't do it, Mark. I see you. I see Mark. He's reaching for it. All right, let's bring him on. What do you want to get tortured for now?
You dropped the F-bomb in the first 3 minutes. Come on.
It's your fault. It's your fault, and it's Lou's fault. Oh, did I say that when Lou came before he came or after he came on? Lou didn't hear that. Look at Lou. He's got that notebook.
This Jackie Brown thing you're talking about. That's
Quentin
movie.
Tarantino
it's a movie.
Yeah.
Quentin Tarantino.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. He did. I think he did Pulp Fiction, right?
Oh, you know what? You're in again.
I agree.
How can he say? I think Pulp Fiction was up for Best Picture. It got robbed. It got robbed by fucking what was it? Training Day, I think, beat it that year.
Oh, okay.
Which is just another bad cop movie.
Were you lucky enough to see Pulp Fiction before the hype?
Oh, dude, are you kidding me? Oh, yeah.
Me too.
Multiple times in the theater. One of the only movies I've ever seen. I think I saw it in the movie theater 4 or 5 times. I couldn't get enough of it.
I just heard.
I forgot Lou.
I just heard John Travolta's back. And so I go see this movie, right? And I had no idea what I was in for. And that was good. I didn't see Reservoir Dogs, so I didn't know anything about Quentin.
Ah.
So, wow, what a surprise when I saw that.
I saw it when it first came out there. I saw it with my in-laws, my very old school Italian conservative in-laws, and they were kind of. My mother-in-law was she was pretty cool. My father-in-law was pretty uptight about it, especially the hillbilly scene.
Oh, in Pulp Fiction.
Oh yeah.
That was something I didn't see coming. When I opened that door, that's not what I thought.
Hell no.
I was going to say, I don't think anybody thought that. You all right? I'm far from all right.
Mr. Soon to be dead hillbilly rapist.
Yeah, hillbilly rapist. All right, let's say hi to Patty Ossie. Hi, Patty.
Hi, Patty.
Number one fan. Welcome to the show. Thank you. We love you, Patty. Tiffany Van Hill. That's my girl. There she is, popping in, saying good evening, y'all. Good evening, Tiffany.
Southern.
Yeah, she's a good girl. Tiffany's a good girl. Oh shit, my screen just went dark. Here we go. So we're jumping right into this because we really don't have this could be it could be a 2-hour show, it could be a 3-hour show. We could do a 3-hour show on talking about potato chips, I think.
Let's talk about guitar picks. We could do 2 hours on
We
that.
could do
And
2
potato
hours on that. Absolutely.
Blues.
I have the world's most stupid guitar pick.
Well,
I'll show it next time.
how do you why would
don't have
you
it near
bring
me.
it up?
Are you, Lou, are you
I
gonna
don't
send
have
us?
it with me.
Because Mark mentioned guitar picks, and I
Lou.
had a friend give me the most absurd, preposterous guitar pick. I'm like,
You gonna
I'd have to
email?
dig
You
it
gonna
up.
text it to us, and you'll call it. It's a pick.
Lou, I got to tell you, Lou. I have to tell you.
Yeah.
Your background is so fucking bad. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's
so bad. It's great.
it hasn't changed.
No. I don't know why. I don't know why the curtains clash with that. I don't know that French cardboard with your pink like lamp and dude, it's
red.
so bad. It's great.
Well, thank
Scott,
you.
what does it say right above his head? Absent.
It says absinthe. Let's get a close up of that. Hold on.
That's
Let's see.
exactly what I'm drinking right now.
Oh
Get
no,
rid
it's
of
gonna
the
be a
chat.
4-hour show.
This is-
You want to talk about 1960? In 1965, I think the Beatles did acid.
Okay, Lou. First of all, we got to get you off mirror, right? So get down to the little card down there.
Yeah, I got it.
Did he just yeah me, Mark?
No, I didn't.
Did he just basically? You know what yeah means, right? Shut the fuck up.
Et nibza. Et nisba.
There you go. Let's see now. He even looks
No,
better.
see, this, okay.
Absinthe
Okay.
makes the
But
world
with
go
me,
round.
it's backwards for me though. I think.
What?
I don't know. It's just
You've been drinking that absinthe.
this stuff is great, man.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't know. Thank God. All right, gentlemen, let's jump right into it. January 4th, 1965.
We already went off the rails.
Already went, yeah, with you two starting trouble right
Come
off
on,
the bat.
man. Yeah, I didn't see Jackie Brown. Okay, what can I say? I didn't see. I'm not gonna want to see it. Not that I ever will.
The fucking thing came out 10 years ago. How have you not seen it?
I haven't seen a lot of things, but I have seen a lot of things.
I'm behind with Lou.
seeing
I'm
things
sending
now.
him Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I'll send him Jackie Brown too.
You haven't seen what?
Thanks,
lot of-
Mark. Thanks,
Oh,
Mark.
Sorry.
That's great.
You're both very, very disappointing tonight. I'm
Okay,
just going to say it right off the bat.
Where's the ruler? Slap
You
our-
have some
no,
catching up to do. Now you already started behind the 8 ball. You have
Mhm.
some catching up to do, gentlemen.
We lowered the bar because it's going to be amazing.
Oh,
I don't
This-
have to catch
this-
up on anything.
We did this in cahoots.
you don't have to catch up. Oh,
Yeah. I
oh.
saw
Let me
all
see.
those
You
movies.
start off the show with that rag Rolling Stone, and then you say you haven't seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That's strike 2.
Where's my guitar?
He looks on the floor. Why are you looking on the floor for
I
your
just
guitar?
lay it down, you know.
I just, sure, yeah, everybody just lays their guitar down. All right, let's get into this. All right, January 4th, 1965. Let me get the captions back, the chat. Oh, lost that. Here we go. So we can see what they're saying. They can see that. They like seeing their comments. Fender Musical Instruments Corporation is sold to CBS for, now this is 1965, $13 million.
Yeah.
Wow.
What do you think the equivalent is to that today?
More than
500
that.
million.
More than
Billion,
that.
yeah,
Luke
I
is
don't know.
the safest answer. Is that like, I
Well,
don't know, $500 million or
no.
$100 million? Or,
Okay, well, I read in one of those the songs from albums from tonight that when Sam Cooke was murdered, the woman he accosted had $20 in his pocket, which was about $169.64.
okay.
So I'm trying to do the math on that.
Don't. We get it.
Yeah.
January 12th, 1965. Hullabaloo premieres on NBC.
Go.
Yeah, the first show includes performances by. See, now I noticed this when we were doing a little research here, that the names of the bands back then compared to the names of the bands today,
They're just as bad.
like the trashy vaginas, today. Do you think you could ever get away with that in '65? Oh no. No.
The movies were edgy.
Yeah, that's true. Hullabaloo premieres on NBC. The first show includes performances by the New Christie Minstrels.
Ooh,
I fucking hated that music. Comedian Woody Allen, actress Joey Heatherton. She was a 60s hottie. Yeah. In a segment from London in which Brian Epstein introduces the Zombies and Jerry and the Pacemakers. Yeah. So Hullabaloo was a music. It was a music show.
Yeah.
Evidently.
A lot of people came out of the New Christie Minstrels.
Oh, here we go. Redeem yourself, Lou.
My favorite songwriter, one of my favorite songwriters, Gene Clark of the Byrds. He won the original Byrds. He wrote 8 Miles High. Anyway, he was a New Christie Minstrel. I think John Stewart that had the that song Gold.
When the lights go down.
He was a Kingston Trio.
Town.
Yeah.
He was in the Kingston Trio, right? Is that what you said?
Kingston Trio, yeah. But,
yeah.
But there are a lot of people have come out of the New Crusty Minstrels.
January 17th, 1965, the Rolling Stones drummer, Charlie Watts, his book, Ode to a High-Flying Bird, a tribute to jazz great Charlie Parker. Because remember now, for all those people that badmouth Mr. Watts, he was an accomplished jazz drummer.
Yes.
Respected jazz drummer. His book is published. He wrote a book about Charlie Parker.
Cool. I wonder what kind of book it was, like an autobiography?
I don't know.
And a great rock and roll drummer, too.
Yeah. Well, most jazz drummers are great rock drummers.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Because rock is easy.
Yeah, easier.
For them, it's easy.
Oh, yeah.
It
was probably really simplistic to
Yeah. This group pops up a few times this year. So this was every year we seem to have an artist. Like last week, I think it was Madonna. She popped up all over the place, maybe, I think. The Animals show at New York's Apollo Theater is canceled after the U.S. Immigration Department forces the group to leave the theater. Like,
what, they didn't wear deodorant?
Not leave the city, not leave the state, not leave the country. No, the Immigration Department comes and says, you have to leave this theater. What the hell was that? What rule was that?
They were white. They played the Apollo.
Well, Eric Burden had a lot of soul.
Oh, he sure did. But the animals were dirty anyway.
Yeah.
They weren't. Yeah. He was a little runt.
yeah, but big voice.
They played the Apollo. Wow, that was 65.
On the same day, the Rolling Stones and Roy Orbison traveled to Sydney to begin their Australian tour. January 23rd, 1965, Downtown, Downtown, hits #1 in the U.S. singles charts, making Petula Clark the first British. She was a cutie.
Yeah,
she was a cutie, a '60s cutie. A totally different look back then.
Yeah,
making Petula,
short blonde hair.
Yep, and that short little dress, and I think she had a nice mouth too, if I remember correctly, but not.
Here we go again.
So isn't that a category in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame now?
Like best mouth?
Yeah.
Should be. Should be. I would go just for that.
And you would approve of her induction.
Yeah, I would.
We know who we're talking about.
Wise choice of words. Induction.
Mark.
Was I wrong?
I don't have much to say because I wasn't born yet, so I gotta,
Oh, come on!
You're a music guy.
Yeah, you're a music guy.
Come on, man.
Mark, you've heard oldies. Some of these songs you're gonna recognize some oldie stations.
Oh yeah,
I would think. Yeah.
Hey, Mark, you know what I got from Lou today that I never get from you? The rare phone call. An actual phone call. My phone lit up like a nuclear reactor when Lou called me. It just glows.
Like a bat phone.
Yeah. Sometimes you don't have to text. Sometimes you can call me.
I feel like I'm bugging people. I don't call people.
Dude, I'm
generally. Like,
freaking retired.
but
retired
no one
people
talks
are
on
the
the phone
busiest
anymore.
people.
I mean, if I'm working with the horses, you'll just get a message saying I'm working with the horses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But,
Okay.
yeah.
Next time I have a profound
see,
thought,
see,
I'm
Lou,
gonna
this
call
is
you.
now a forced phone call. So the next time he calls me, I'm going to say, thanks for the forced phone call, Mark.
Yeah,
I
see.
appreciate it.
Jerry, I don't want the dinner tonight. I'll do a dinner another night.
So Petula Clark becomes the first British female vocalist to reach the coveted position of #1 since the arrival of the Beatles.
Wow.
January 24th, the Animals appear a second time on the Ed Sullivan Show. January 27th, 1965. Let me see. Patty Yossi says, you keep freezing on me and I can't seem to keep you. I'll do the replay. Have a great night, Scott, Lou, and Mark. Thank you, Patty. I don't know what's going on. Yeah.
You are on the Winthrop Votes feed. You're not on the
Oh, shit.
You did it again.
I knew I was forgetting something.
Hey,
Look,
Lou.
I can correct it and it's not going to work. It's not going to go through.
He needs a producer, Lou.
Oh,
He needs a
shit. I
producer.
knew I was forgetting something. Hold on.
It's my fault. I didn't remind you.
Ah, shit. I don't podcast listeners like, what's going on?
Well,
Why
I
aren't you
got
moving?
notified because if anything you do, I get notified. So it came up, Winthrop Votes, Scott McLean is live.
I did the talking about the music. I just didn't change it. All right. So this is what I'm going to try something. Here we go. So I'm going to do it like this.
Not going to end well.
It's not going to end well, I know.
Walking the line here.
Yeah, I walk the line. Let's see. All right. It's all good there. It's all good there. Now I'm going to hit a refresh. I'll be back.
Okay.
So you two, hold on.
Carry on.
Let's see what happens.
You're looking very dapper tonight, Lou.
Well, thank you, Mark. You too.
Yeah. I like how your beer is like up front there.
Yeah, it's not only it's weird. The camera angles have been different. When we on Last Music Relish, it was more wide open. I think I added more high definition to it. In '65,
okay.
my dad ran unsuccessful for mayor of our town.
Oh, nice.
He got defeated for re-election.
I'm back.
Hey,
was it Park Ridge or was it before?
Keensburg, New Jersey.
Keensburg.
Did you guys just not talk about music and then? Like I lost all the comments.
I gave a personal anecdote about 1965.
Oh. All right, well, let's continue on with 1965. I'm glad you brought that to my attention. That shit used to drive me like bananas. I would lose sleep over it. But now,
Patricia, come back.
I don't. Yeah,
Well,
probably lost.
Well,
Yeah.
while you're talking, I got
everybody.
to resend the link to everybody I sent it to. So you guys keep talking.
Oh yeah. Do that. Probably can't hurt. So the Animals appear for the second time in the Ed Sullivan. On January 27th, 1965. Paul Simon broadcasts on BBC's 5 to 10 show, discussing and playing 13 songs, 12 of which would appear on his May recorded and August released UK only solo album, the Paul Simon Songbook.
I think him and Artie were almost broken up at that point.
It's kind of interesting though, isn't it? Like he only released this album in the UK.
Yeah.
That's I wonder what that's about.
I wonder, was it his decision? Was it a record company decision?
It's got to be a record company thing.
Because one of the songs that I think is we talk about tonight, they come back. Well, Sounds of Silence.
Yeah,
that came out in '65, but they were broken up at that point. I think that got them back together.
Could be. February 6th, 1965, Donovan performs the first of 3 performances on the British television program. You know what? Let me check something. I think I might have. I gotta really have tech this. I thought I was all ready. I always think I'm all ready, and then shit just goes kind of.
It's like doing a concert, setting up the instruments, and you check that guitar 20 times, and then nothing works.
My snare drum's never right.
Like right now, I can't find my live feed, like on Facebook. I can't find it. It says I'm live.
Yeah, I'm watching you on YouTube. It's working.
Yeah, but Facebook, I'm not. It says I'm live, but it doesn't show the. I really did it tonight. Let's see. Facebook, I'm not. It says I'm live, but it doesn't show. All right, so let me change this. Edit, post, public. I'm just going to change it like this. I'm sorry, people of
Hey.
the podcast world.
Hey,
but-
Lou, did I ever tell you about my Blue Oyster Cult set of all their albums? It's fantastic.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
They even give you a they make no, I won't say it.
All right, I get that corrected.
Cool.
Over here.
What
Nice.
were Blue Oyster Cult doing in 1965?
They were in school saying,
Or
"You want to
college,
form a
probably.
band?"
Something like. So
Donald.
What school were they going to?
Long Island High School
Stony Brook University.
in '65.
Well, they formed like 68. I mean, they might have been still in high school.
Jeez. Wow.
Yeah.
They are old guys,
Yeah.
and they're still
I
putting
am.
out music.
How am I
65.
missing one? Like, fuck. Yeah, keep talking, guys.
Yeah.
I really have to fix
That's
this.
okay.
I
So-
really don't get what's going on here.
Hey, Lou.
Let's see.
Yeah.
The I'm getting in a lot of crazy social media fights over the new Steve Wilson album. All the Prague.
Really?
I'm done with Prague fans. Just done with them.
The Prague fans are knocking it.
Doesn't sound like old Prague, and they're all going nuts. And I was like, "Will you let the guy progress?" You know.
Wow.
He's done. He's looking at us. When he's done, watch out.
Is it a more pop-oriented record?
Yeah, but serious pop, like mature. I would highly recommend it.
I will check it out.
Yeah.
Something's.
That's it. I'm done. I got it. Let's see.
So, who was president of the United States in 1965?
Johnson.
Mark. Yes, Johnson. Yes.
Yeah.
Who did Johnson run against in 64?
All right, I'm all set here.
Stephanie.
Barry Goldwater.
That's right.
Hey, there you go, Mark. You have a your fan. Ask Allison.
There you go.
Hey, it's my sister.
That's your
Hey,
sister.
Allie. That's my sister.
Hey, Allie, what's up?
Up in Vermont. She waits for our show every week. Your show. Sorry.
No,
your
no.
show.
That's okay. No, it's our show. I am not that guy. I'm not that guy. Although I am the creator, host, producer. But
That's
it's our show though. It's
By the way,
ours.
look behind me. I have
Who's
my
got the?
sign up,
Who's
and
got
we're
the?
gonna
Where's Jack?
it's gonna get bigger every week. And I can make it 24 by 36
I'm
signs.
gonna
So.
take a screen. We're way off. People right now that are watching the
Oh, it's
listening
still
and the
today,
podcast are like, just I gotta let me I gotta get a picture of that. So
I can't. What are we looking at?
My sign behind me.
yeah, let's see. There you go. I'm gonna send that to him.
That's funny.
All right. Back to the show. Let's get Mark off
It's
the full
snow
screen.
in Vermont today. Ooh, it's coming. It's coming.
All right, so Paul Simon Donovan. All right, February 6th, 1965. Sorry about the delay, people, on the podcast. We're 22 minutes in and we're only in February. It's going to be a 3-hour show. Performs the first of 3 performances on the British television program Ready, Steady, Go. This presents him a widespread audience for the first time. February 12th, 1965, NME reports the Beatles will star in a film adaptation of Richard Condon's novel, A Talent for Loving.
Wow.
The story is about a 2,253-kilometer horse race that takes place in the Old West. The film is never made.
Good.
I think, yeah. The Beatles? On
Cannonball
February...
Run.
In a Western.
Yeah. On February 19th, 1965, Rod Stewart with... Remember his first group? I think this was his first group.
Steam packet.
Remember, Lou?
I don't know.
The Soul Agents.
Oh, didn't know that.
Yeah, performed their first important concert in London Club. In a London club. February 24th, 1965, the Beatles began filming their second film, Help. March 6th, 1965, The Temptations' My Girl, written by When Smokey Sings, I Hear Violins. Smokey Robinson and Ronald White from Motown Records reaches number 1. March 18th, 1965, the Rolling Stones members Mick Jagger, Brian Jones, and Bill Wyman are fined £5 for urinating on the wall of a London gas station.
Well, if you're going to urinate, make it at a gas station.
Yeah. The band had asked to use the restroom, but it was out of order. So, yeah.
They peed on a building.
Yeah. Well, it's better than pissing on the Alamo, I guess.
It's not out of
That's
order
true.
in England. It's out of order. Order.
Yeah.
Can we
March-
use your Lou?
Yeah, March 20th, 1965, the 10th Eurovision Song Contest.
Who cares?
Nobody cares. That seems to be a common thread in this every week.
Eurovision.
Nobody cares.
It sounds like an old TV show, or like
Yeah,
an
I
old
know.
broadcast thing from the war.
We used to have this thing in Boston called community auditions. It was on every Sunday morning, and it was local talent. It was like America's Got Talent before America's Got Talent. It was like a Star Search before Star Search.
Star
right?
Search. That was like the first one, wasn't it?
The first major one, yeah.
Yeah.
March 21st, 1965, the Supremes have their fourth number one single, Stop in the Name of Love, written by Hulu.
Holland Dozier Holland.
There you go, buddy. April 11th, 1965, the New Musical Express poll winners concert takes place, featuring performances by, wow, holy shit. So the New Musical Express poll winners. I don't know what that was, but this concert had the Beatles, the Animals, the Rolling Stones, Freddie and the Dreamers, the Kinks, the Searchers, Herman's Hermits, and Anita Kerr singers, the Moody Blues, Wayne Fontana, and the Mindbenders, Donovan, Them, Celia Black, Dusty Springfield, and the great Tom Jones. That's a fucking
amazing
concert.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'd like to have seen Freddie and the Dreamers.
Jesus.
Do the dance, Lou.
Yeah, I'll destroy the studio if I
You've done that once before.
Yeah. You ever heard this? Oh, yeah. There was that song, Do the Freddie. It's Freddie and the Dreamers. Do the Freddie. I'll send you the video.
Disturbing. Yeah, it's kind of disturbing.
It is so weird. Okay.
Joanne Kozborski, I love you, Joanne. She came in. Allison Lundy says, Mark's sister says, we've got 3 generations watching. That's wonderful.
Huh.
Let's get another generation. Where's my son?
Let's get another generation.
Boomers.
Let's see. After that massive concert, that's better than Woodstock, probably.
Yeah.
That's huge. April 13th, 1965, the 7th annual Grammy Awards. These are always interesting. Held in Beverly Hills. Yao Gilberto and Stan Getz, right?
Yeah.
Each win the most awards with 4. The latter, Stan Getz winning Record of the Year with Astrud Gilberto, you know I love her, and her daughter, for the song The Girl from Ipanema. And the pair collectively winning Album of the Year for Getz Gilberto. Louis Armstrong's Hello Dolly wins Song of the Year, while the Beatles win Best New Artist. It wasn't a jinx to them.
Best new art. That's pretty wild.
Right?
It's like seems so innocent. But look at the jazz category. It was the big thing.
Yeah. You're right.
That was a monster album.
Yeah. A lot of these songs in like 1965, they span generations. Just like Allison was saying, there was jazz on there. There was more musical. I heard some weird stuff.
Yeah.
Herb Alpert was big in 65.
Hell, it was huge.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Those album covers too.
Yeah, man.
Greatest album covers.
Whipped Cream and Other Delights.
Whipped Cream, 1965, Mark.
Yeah. Collectively, the greatest album covers ever. You know what? Each one of those should be a T-shirt. That would be a pretty cool T-shirt.
Perry makes T-shirts.
Or like a backdrop.
Does he really?
Yeah, he makes T-shirts. Want to talk to him about, right, Lou?
I didn't know this.
Does he? Is he making them himself?
Yeah. I just gave up his secret. All those album covers.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I need some T-shirts made.
Well, he's retired too, so you see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I have something to say about that. Must be nice.
Oh,
Scott, I saw that post when someone posted. It was just like, hey,
nice.
If you weren't it, you weren't it. It's just
you weren't there at 3 a.m. when I'm in the fucking engine room of a container ship with a fucking 90-pound golden retriever and 7 other fucking guys, animals, searching the whole fucking container ship for narcotics. They weren't there. It wasn't nice then. I didn't hear that shit then. And that's just one story over a 22-year career.
Yep.
Fuckers. Thanks.
Let's not get him mad. Come on, let's go.
Kept me off. This show has been off kilter from the beginning with you two in the box.
I don't think it'd be this edgy.
It is. That's a little edge to it.
I see a train going off a bridge into a river right now.
I love a good train wreck.
April 21st.
Can't take your eyes off.
That's right. April 21st, 1965. The Beach Boys appear on Shindig.
Shindig.
Yep, performing their most recent hit,
Help me, Rhonda.
Do You Want to Dance?
Oh.
April 26th, 1965, Leopold Stokowski. Leopold.
Wow.
Leopold.
Yeah,
Leopold.
Kowski.
The Bugs Bunny cartoon. Leopold. Leopold.
No.
The conductor comes walking down the aisle.
Yep.
It's
Oh,
Leopold.
shit. Okay.
Leopold Stokowski. You never put that together, huh?
No.
Look at me. I know stuff.
Yeah.
I know stuff.
Hey, Bugs Bunny introduced a lot of people to classical. He introduced me to classical. So
Exactly.
kill the wabbit.
Kill the rabbit. Kill the rabbit.
And Liberace.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't watch Liberace.
Who was the wrestler that they were parodying? Ravishing Ronald. Remember Ravishing?
remember
Yeah,
that?
it was Gorgeous George.
Gorgeous George.
But the greatest wrestler of all time on the Bugs Bunny is the Crusher.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He had these little tiny legs and a giant torso with a giant head on his shoulder. He was just all muscle.
Like Todd.
The Crusher. Greatest. Let's see. Leopold Stokowski conducts the first complete performance of Charles Ivy's Symphony No. 4, more than 10 years after the composer's death. Wow.
Hmm.
No one ever played it. Jesus.
Wow.
May 5th, 1965, Alan Price leaves the Animals to be replaced temporarily by Mick Gallagher and permanently by Dave Rowberry. May 6th, 1965, Keith Richards and Mick Jagger, after they get done pissing on a gas station wall, begin work on Satisfaction in their Clearwater, Florida hotel room. All great things happen in Florida. Richards comes up with the classic guitar riff while playing around with his brand new Gibson Fuzzbox. Okay,
Wow.
so there's a story out there, and I believe Keith Richards told it himself, where they were drinking and writing and drinking and writing, and he had been he left the tape recorder on, and he woke up, then he passed out. He wakes up the next morning and he doesn't remember anything, and he plays the tape back and he hears that dun 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 dun. I think that's how he created the riff.
Okay.
He said he dreamt it,
Did he dream it?
and he woke up and recorded it. And if he didn't record it, he wouldn't have remembered it.
I like my story better. I think my story is more rock and roll.
Your story's better. Your story's
Yeah,
much
it's more
better.
rock and roll. Thanks for
Yeah.
just keeping this show fucking edgy. Thanks,
It
Mike.
may not be right, but it's much better. Much better.
I like the fact that like those songs back then would start with a guitar riff, a simple guitar riff, and would repeat during parts of the song. I don't hear that anymore.
No, because of streaming. It's all I had said this before. Streaming, people have to they get paid after I think 12 seconds
Yeah.
of someone streaming. That's why you don't have long intros anymore. Because they have to get right to the meat.
That is wag the fucking dog, man. That's all.
Yeah.
I mean,
But it's like the late 50s, early 60s with pop singles too, right? Under 2 minutes.
Yeah.
We're kind of back to that. You know?
well, I love that, by the way. I mean, most of these songs from 65 are short, but the fact that it affects how you write song construction. There could be bands there with a ton of really cool riffs, but they're not going to do it now because
yeah.
damn.
Also on May 6, 1965, the Symphony of the New World first. Who cares?
Dvorak, come on, that's a great symphony.
Yeah, okay.
I love it.
May 8th, 1965, the British Commonwealth comes closer than it ever has or will to a clean sweep of the U.S. Hot 100's top 10, lacking only a hit at number one. Let me see, lacking only a
Number one
hit
hit.
at number two,
Oh.
instead of "Count Me In" by the American group Jerry Lewis
Gary
and the
Lewis
Playboys. Yeah, I don't understand what I just read, but I'm going to move on.
They had every spot except
Count me
number two.
out.
Yeah. Oh, the number two spot. That's right.
The professor singing.
Okay.
The professor sings.
And who are we to interrupt? May 9th, 1965, Bob Dylan performs the first of 2 concerts at London's Royal Albert Hall, concluding his tour of Europe. Audience members include the Beatles and Donovan. May 30th, 1965, the Animals appear a 3rd time on the Ed Sullivan Show. Must have got some big ratings for that.
Yeah.
To keep bringing them back like that.
Well, they must have behaved themselves.
It's like once a month for 3 months in a row. They must have behaved themselves. June doesn't give a date. Producer Tom Wilson of Simon and Garfunkel records a heavy backing band onto the song "The Sound of Silence" without the knowledge of Paul Simon for release on a 45 RPM single, and the B-side, "We've Got a Groovy Thing Going." The single will eventually reach #1 on the Billboard Hot 100s on New Year's Day in 1966. So he snuck that in on them.
Yeah.
They were too young to argue at that point anyways. Weren't they? No?
I think they were broken. They were almost broken up at that point.
Yeah.
I think that there was I don't know what the reason, but I think that was kind of.
Well, Paul's first solo album came out that year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what was Artie
in England? He did just an album for England.
Just for England.
Yeah. Yeah. The U.S. music on the same, I guess in June with no date, the U.S. music press popularized the term folk rock, which has been in print at least since November 2nd, 1963. Issue of a Billboard magazine in which The Devil's Waitin' by Glenn Coves was said to have a wide open folk rock sound. The term was also used of Twins by King Tones and even Hoyt Axton. People outside the trade begin to take notice of the term in June of 65. That's pretty obscure. Like,
yeah,
it's a lot of detail for just calling it folk rock. I don't know.
Most people would think that was like Dylan going electric.
I hate folk rock anyways. Never liked it.
You don't like the Byrds?
It's boring.
Where have all the flowers gone?
Oh, there's folk in there. What about Stephen Bishop and Animal House?
I was glad when Belushi smashed the guitar. Let's move on. June 6, 1965, the Supremes have their 5th consecutive #1 single, "Back in My Arms Again," written by HDH from Motown Records.
Yeah.
June 14th.
They were the Supremes. They weren't Diana Ross that.
Right. June 14th, 1965, Paul McCartney records
Yesterday.
Yeah. One of the most covered and recorded song in music history.
Yeah.
How do you think John felt about that?
Fucking jealous.
Yeah, he had to have been.
Absolutely.
Had to have been. Yeah. Because it's just Paul in a symphony behind him.
Yeah. Paul playing guitar. No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, also, like, I think the irony, John said the irony was that, if you go somewhere, people would they'd like, if you had a restaurant in Yoko, the strollers would come up and start playing Yesterday. So, like in my life, like, screw you.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
But it's a beautiful song. I mean, obviously.
Oh, it is. Absolutely. July 5th, 1965, Maria Callas gives her last operatic performance, and I don't care.
Great moments in opera history.
Yeah, great moments in opera. So there you go. That's your filler right there. That's your filler when I'm off. July 9th, 1965, the release of Tamil musical film of the Tamil musical film I don't care. July 25th, 1965, Electric Dylan controversy.
Ooh.
Yeah, the Electric Dylan controversy happened that day. Bob Dylan, playing a second day at the Newport Folk Festival, is booed for playing an electric set with the Paul Butterfield Blues Band. Joan Baez and Donovan also play sets. That's like if I was at that Unplugged in New York with Nirvana, I would have booed him.
Oh,
I would have booed him.
You would have booed Pat Smear because he was playing electric.
Doesn't matter. I would have booed them.
I've asked this before. I forgot. Was it an electrified acoustic guitar he was playing, or was it an electric?
No. He did that on The Men Who Sold the World.
Men Who Sold
Pat
the
Smear
World
was back there playing a lot of
Yeah, no, that was electric. There was no acoustic there. That was pure electric guitar.
Now, as far as Dylan's concerned, didn't Don't Look Back. I think that came out that year. D.A. Pennebaker's film, and he's in London. And there's a guy, a folkie, going, "He should be shot." He was just like calling for his murder. I'm like,
they were
whoa,
furious.
serious.
Calling him Judas.
Yeah. Judas got a bad rap, by the way. But that's a whole
the folkies were uptight.
Yeah.
You ever seen Mighty Wind?
Yes.
Well, I heard some on the radio. A lot of folk artists, when that came out, like, well, that's not that funny. It's hysterical because it's about you. You're being made fun of.
August 6th, 1965, the Small Faces release "What You Gonna Do About It," their first single. Also on that day, the Beatles released the soundtrack of their second movie, Help. August 14th, 1965, husband and wife, American pop duo, you could say a generational icon couple, Sonny and Cher, earned their first #1 hit with "I Got You, Babe." Peaks at the position in the United States, UK, Canada, and New Zealand. August 15th, 1965, the Beatles play at Shea Stadium, the first rock concert to be held in the venue of this size. Concert also sets a new world record for audience attendance at the time, 55,600, and for revenue. Was that their last big show?
No. I think the Candlestick Park.
Candlestick Park, yeah.
That was the last one.
They couldn't hear themselves play.
No, PA was like a boombox.
Yeah, my first wife's uncle took, I think his niece there. He goes, he was just screaming. There was no music at all.
Yeah,
at Shea Stadium. Ever see the films from that? I mean, it's exciting, but Lennon's he's doing thing with his arm on the keyboard because it doesn't matter. He's just fucking around. But I forgot what song it is, but they're playing. He just starts doing this. It's like whatever. No one knows. Nobody knew.
They couldn't even hear themselves. Yeah,
no, it was horrible. Damn.
And that's frustrating to a musician.
Oh, it can be terrifying. Yeah. I mean, could they hear Ringo? I mean, somebody got to follow the beat. So I mean, it's probably just very faint.
Yeah. August 27th. 1965, the Beatles visit Elvis at his home in Bel Air. It's the only time the band and the singer ever meet.
Yeah.
September 30th, 1965, Donovan appears on Shindig in the U.S. and plays Buffy St. Marie's Universal Soldier.
Oh, wow.
Horrible movie, by the way.
Didn't see it.
I didn't think it was that good.
Nah, cheap ass movie.
Yeah, yes. I think that was a late 70s, early 80s?
How old was that?
No, I thought that was in 80s. That's 80s Universal.
It's I think it's 80s, yeah. October 15th, 1965, guitarist Jimi Hendrix signs a 3-year recording contract with Ed Chaplin, receiving $1 and 1% royalty on records with Curtis Knight. The agreement will later cause continuous litigation problems with Hendrix and other record labels.
I knew Ed Chaplin.
Did you really?
He was a good friend of my father's.
Yeah. Oh, that explains it.
Yeah. So, what Ed would do before he screwed over Hendrix, he would record covers of hits of the day, like in the Caribbean, with like other musicians, and sell them as bootlegs, and totally disreputable. But he had a recording studio in New York. We had a roller skating rink. He was an avid roller skater. That's how my father and him met. But he's always telling my dad and me, he goes, I produce Hendrix. And on the albums, his name's not on the end of the albums as a producer. He just got him to sign a contract. But eventually he lost the rights to Hendrix's music. But my father used to bust his balls all the time. I'm like,
you lost Hendrix.
Well, he's like Hesh from The Sopranos. You know, he screwed the guy over. Scott, I was surprised you said that. That kind of.
Yeah, I saw Lou like that.
I lit up. I said Ed Chaplin. But I'm actually on my birthday one time, he gave my band with my brother some free studio time. So it was in New York. So as we're about to leave, my father goes, "Do not sign anything he puts in front of you." But he was so cheap. It was in late August in New York City. It was disgusting. He turned the air conditioning off.
And the recordings probably resurfaced in some other country.
It
might be a hidden like Yugoslavia or Kazakhstan or.
Well, have you seen the movie yet? Searching for.
No, I gotta watch that.
I'm telling you, Sugar Man.
It's great,
dude. That's what that is about.
Yeah,
it's amazing. I'm telling you, you have to watch it.
It's good. He's still alive.
But I told you this 6 months ago, and you still haven't watched it.
Oh, now he's making
I
us
don't
feel
think it's
guilty.
gonna
We didn't
happen.
do our
I
homework.
just don't think it's gonna happen.
Rodriguez.
Anyway,
The show is like, it's morose. You didn't call me. You didn't love
morose.
the movie.
Whoa! That 2 weeks ago, Lou says sanguine. Now you say morose. What the hell? Am I supposed to come up with a big word now?
Yeah. Next
Yeah,
week.
yeah.
That-
Yeah.
You have to come up with a big word next week.
Yeah. This show is very linoleum.
And FU does not count as,
Big word. This show is very delicatessen. There you go. Big words.
It's
Big
very
words.
provolone.
Penalty box.
Ah.
That was a bad joke. How could he think he was going to get away with that, Lou? How did he think he was going to get away with that?
He's provoking your guy.
There's camp, and then there's just shitty jokes. That was
even
joke.
his camper kitsch, but yeah, that was
Yeah.
I said that because when I was a teenager, we went to the deli, Lou, the Casa del Sol up
We
there.
don't really need a background on
And
this.
I
do
walked
we?
in and I
missed
said, I
that
want something with provolone, and I got my head handed to me by the very Italian attendant. I thought it was provolone. I didn't know.
and then he said put a lot of mayo on it.
Yeah, I did. No, I didn't.
Oh, I like mayo on my Italian sub, by the way.
So do I now, but not back then.
No, and I put oil and vinegar on it also.
That's great. Great combo.
I do.
Yeah,
I do.
man.
No lettuce, though. No lettuce. They like lettuce down here on their Italian
Well,
subs.
roughage, it does make you move.
It just takes up space. That's all it does. It takes up space.
Yes, it is comedic.
I load it with everything. I like black olives. I like banana
Black
peppers. I don't like
Yeah.
green peppers, so I don't get that. But
Not on a
tomato, onion,
Mhm.
salt and pepper.
Oregano. Some oregano.
Yeah, oregano.
Hungry.
I load it up. Yeah.
I'm getting hungry, man.
Double
Let's
meat
get the
too. I
show
always get
going. I
the
wanna
double
eat.
meat.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I had yesterday?
Subway.
Yeah,
Do you
I
go
don't
to
re-
Subway.
No. I haven't eaten Subway. Oh, Jesus, in 20 years. Stuff's nasty. But I had yesterday that I don't really go to all the time, but it was just on the way home, and I got a Jersey Mike's cheesesteak.
Nice.
Not bad.
It's really not bad. I got the double meat, so it was a little weight to it, but it's really not a bad sub.
The
I
regular
put mayo
Italian-
on that
They're
too.
not bad.
I put mayo on that too.
Good.
Really?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I love mayo.
Me too.
I do
love my-
too. Mayo and
I like
salami.
ketchup too.
I like
Mayo and
ketchup.
salami. That's good.
People look down on ketchup.
They do.
They do. Like
Thank you, Lou.
I know. I like.
And how dare them?
Right, but now some of these people will go to Five Guys and you get ketchup on your burger. It's like it's just too
Yeah.
It's not bougie enough. I don't know. It's just
I wish
Yeah.
I could put the
ketchup,
two of you in
French
the
fries,
green room
ketchup
here.
on-
Oh, jeez.
ketchup and scrambled eggs.
Mark just texted his wife downstairs. Can you bring me an Italian sub?
Yeah, you want to know the reply?
Yeah. I know what the reply is. I can probably
Scott
answer
told
that.
me how to say "fuck you."
Mark, when I go to Casa del Sol, when I live there, I would get the large Roman Fiesta and eat it all day. This thing is ridiculous.
I got that.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's beautiful.
Let me see.
Yeah,
Where are we?
4-hour show.
Where are we, Jimmy? I know.
I already got to take a bathroom break.
Go ahead.
I'll save it up.
Oh, Jesus. October 17th, 1965, the Animals appear for a fourth time on
Ed Sullivan.
the Ed Sullivan Show.
Wow.
Look at them. They're tearing up. That's got to be a record.
What were they playing? Like what songs? I mean,
I don't know. They always had a hit, though. They always had good music.
yeah, but like that early though, it was kind of bluesy rock. I
don't know. 65, it was that kind of things were turning.
Yeah, that's
Things
right.
were starting to kind of roll forward.
Real
you know?
pivotal year.
October 26, 1965, the Beatles are appointed members of the British Empire, the MBE, by the Queen. Since it is unusual at this time for popular musicians to be appointed as MBEs, a number of previous recipients complain and protest.
Here.
Snobbish.
I do not like that. Here.
Yeah.
November 5th, 1965. We're almost done. The Who released their iconic single, My Generation. What's the story behind the stutter?
Wasn't he supposed to be a kid on drugs or something? He was.
I thought he was just feeling his way through the song, trying to phrase it.
Generation.
I heard I think he said it was about a kid that's like all hopped up on pills. Like trying to talk.
I don't
and you're
believe
all
any of
chilling.
your stories tonight.
Old
You can't believe Roger Daltrey.
I think you're just making it up.
I read about it.
No,
I read it on Google. Google's always right.
Yeah, and the fact checkers went along with you.
What
Okay.
What is the story behind that?
There is a story. I just don't know what it is. I thought one of you guys would know it. I heard him talk about it one time. There is a story though.
I thought he was just trying to flesh out the lyrics. So because the lyrics, people try to put us down, like just because I think it was might have been a phrasing issue, and he was just hacking around, going did just to fill up space.
It's not a great story, but it's better than Mark's story.
It's more plausible than Mark's, definitely.
Yes. I think Mark's.
Oh, it's an autofill. Why did Roger Daltrey and the first result I get stutter in my generation?
What is it?
Roger Daltrey has also commented that he had not rehearsed the song prior to the recording, was nervous, and he was unable to hear his own voice. I doubt that.
Oh, but you'll believe your story over what he actually said in an interview.
It came from
Are you hopped up tonight, Mark? Are you hopped up? Are you drinking that yellow jacket wine again?
And Black Beauties.
Yellowfin.
Black Beauties, yeah.
Those Black Beauties, man.
Nah, it's Wikipedia. Anybody can put stuff in Wikipedia. So
here we go. All right. Anyway, let me finish this. Since the song contains the famous line, "I hope I die before I get old."
He tried to sound like a British mod on Speed. That's another result I got.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here we go.
Are you done with your stories, Mark? Are we done with story time, Marky?
I'm sorry.
Is Marky done with story time?
I'm sorry I interrupted you.
Marky telling story time tonight.
If the professor had stepped in and cleared it up, it wouldn't have happened. The professor.
We should have a whole segment. Story time. Marky story time.
That's a great idea. Thank you.
Marky, tell us, Marky, do you have a story for us tonight?
I'm going to be like James May from Top Gear. Welcome to story time.
Yeah, stories. Stories.
Can I dress like Ebola the clown?
You can dress however you want.
That's terrifying.
Good luck with that. Good luck with that.
I want to know, did you not brush your teeth for like 2 weeks prior to that?
I don't. Who says I brush my teeth anyway?
Oh.
Yeah, it's a great name though for a clown.
Oh, it's great. It is great. I'll give you the background history on another time. But there is definitely a backstory to that. Let's see. November 14th, the Supremes have their 6th #1 record, I Hear a Symphony, from Motown Records.
Great song.
Mm-hmm. November 26th, 1965, Arlo Guthrie is arrested in Great Barrington, Massachusetts for the crime of littering, perpetrated the day before Thanksgiving in a nearby town of Stockbridge. The resultant events and adventure will be immortalized in the song
Alice's Restaurant.
Really, that's it.
I want to kill.
How long is the original version of that? Isn't it like 16 minutes
15,
or something?
16 minutes, yeah.
It's something. You know what? It's something that you need to listen to. I don't personally, but I will go back and listen to it now, like once a year. It's like a song you have to listen to like once a year. Coming up on Thanksgiving, right? We'll have a breakdown of that song. How's that? We'll figure something out
in the movie.
In the movie, yeah, we can kind of talk about that because it is a hilarious story.
I wondered how he felt when he had to tour. It's like, they want me to play this every night. I got to tell someone.
I think he changed things up after a while while he was telling it.
Okay. Yeah, he had to. That would drive you crazy.
Apparently, that guitar figure that he plays and to sing it and play that is not easy. It's just like a weird finger picking thing, and he's talking and then singing.
Well, he's talented, dude.
Well, yeah. He's just
folk singer, right?
Yeah.
Folk singer.
Son of
retired now.
Son of a legend.
He retired. Yeah. What was his other big hit?
Coming into Los Angeles, bringing in a couple of keys.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Well, no, he had 3. What's the other one?
Oh, see how Lou just did that? What's his other hit? Oh, that one. Oh no, he had 3.
He only had 3. Mark reminded me of a second one. The City of New Orleans.
Okay.
Oh
City of
yeah,
New Orleans, yeah.
which Willie Nelson covered.
He didn't
Yeah.
write that though. No.
Dave Phillips, King of the 45s. Welcome to the show, buddy. Thanks for dropping in.
Hello, America. How are you? Oh, sorry, that's Willie's.
Robert Kirkman.
Robert Kirkman, pain in my ass. He loves coming in on other shows. He like Robert Kirkman has no filter and no like bearing. He'll come in on a whole different type of show. Like I'm doing Winthrop Votes last night. It's a political show. He comes in with, "Where's Ebola?" It has nothing to do with the king of Facebook. Has nothing to do with anything. He just pops in. He's like a pain in my ass. Now we're doing a music show and he says Ebola.
Look, when you're an iconic entertainer, people want the act. They want it.
Yeah. So, well, you know what I think of Robert Kirkman? Here.
Oh.
That's what I think of Robert Kirkman.
That means he's a really good friend of yours. I know you well.
He's a pain in my ass. That's all he is.
You can handle him. I can't. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you?
Jack. I'm going to send him that.
Drinking.
Okay, here we go. We're almost done here. December 3rd, 1965. Almost done with the year. The events of the year. We still got plenty of show to go. Hang on, people. We got plenty of show to go. But if you're a loyal listener, you already knew that. December 3rd, 1965, the Beatles released their album Rubber Soul. So 2 albums, 1 year. Help and Rubber Soul. What do you make of the difference between the albums? Do you see one?
Oh, I do.
Well, the one's more soundtrack, but I think what songs are on Help besides Help? You got the Hide Your Love Away. I know. I can name more of the tracks from Rubber Soul.
Now you bring it up.
I'll get it right here.
It's my second favorite Help. Beatles.
So the tracks are Help, The Night Before. You got to Hide Your Love Away. I Need You with George Harrison. Another Girl. You're gonna Lose That Girl. Ticket to Ride. Ticket to Ride is it's like the abusive relationship stalker song. I've said this before. Jack's like, no, it's not. Listen to the words of Ticket to Ride. Go look at the words.
Okay.
It's an abusive relationship stalker.
She said that living with me was bringing her down. She would never be free while I was around.
She could never be free when I was around.
Should have do right by me. Well,
That's
he was
right.
threatening. Well, he was threatening at the end of Rubber Soul. What's that song?
You better run for your life, little girl.
Run for your life.
Yeah. But Ticket to Ride is like the original Smiths song, right? Very upbeat, very nice tune, groovy.
It sounds amazing.
But if you listen to the lyrics, just like in any Smith song, there's a fucking darkness in there.
Yeah. Okay, so on the Hard Day's Night soundtrack, there's a song called When I Get Home. It's an oddball track, and when I listened to the lyrics, I said, "Oh wow, he's singing about being with another woman." He says you shouldn't be with her, but he's going to be back, and then he's got to go tell his girl about it. So it's just essentially he had some. Yeah. Once you get past that sunny, that infectious music, there were some dark lyrics. I mean, Run for Your Life. He's going to kill her.
Also
I'd rather see you dead.
On Help, you had Dizzy Miss Lizzie, and Yesterday was on.
Yeah. You know what I see Help as? It's a bridge. It's my second favorite album of theirs. You had Beatles for Sale was the previous album when they were still just doing the pop. Typically, Help, they started to get a little more original. Yeah. And it was a bridge. And then by the time they got to Rubber Soul, they were really just
Day Tripper, We Can Work It Out.
They were studio crafting.
Yeah.
There's no covers on Help, too. Was that the first album that's without a cover on it, maybe? No, Dizzy Miss Lizzie is a Larry Williams song.
Now, Lou, I grew up on my version that I grew up on listening to is the one that had all the film soundtrack mixed in, like in between. You had the film. So I didn't have Dizzy Miss Lizzie on mine. So I'm looking at this. I'm like, whoa, Yesterday? Yesterday was not on my copy. I think the American version didn't have all that.
Right. That's the bridge between the old British Invasion Beatles and what.
Yeah. Although so Rubber Soul, again, just like the year in music, a little transitioning was going on.
Yeah. Some other styles were starting to gel with rock and stuff like that.
And George Harrison's sitar on Norwegian Wood on Rubber Soul actually leads to him becoming friends with and a pupil of Ravi Shankar.
And his daughter is
Norah Jones.
Norah Jones. Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, have you, and I suppose you haven't because you guys never listen to anything I suggest. Her version of Black Hole Sun.
Yes.
It's live.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe what I was listening to yesterday. That's why I took the picture. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Like, damn. If you're out there and you can find it, maybe it's on YouTube. Norah Jones live version of Black Hole Sun is
I think she did a studio version on some tribute album or something. That wasn't the first time I heard it. She's just an incredible. When she covers a song, she makes it her own.
Yeah.
So I would say go back, listen to hers, then listen to Paul Anka's, and you tell me which one's better.
That shit you said.
That's horrible.
Oh my Lord. Oh my swing. Like it sounds.
Oh, my libido.
Crazy like, beat cat.
Oh, and like some of the lyrics. Summer stench. When I first heard it, I was working somewhere and I heard Jump. I'm like, that's Jump. I'm like, is that Jack Jones or something? I'm like, but yeah.
Yeah. 1965, December 3rd. Also on that day, The Who released their debut album,
My Generation.
My Generation. Undated events that happened in 1965. Not that of any importance. So those are the events of 1965. Did I say 85?
No, you said 65.
All right, good. So bands that were started in 1965, bands that came up, The Association, right? Now, these are bands that like baby boomers of probably Lou and I, kind of late 50s into our 60s will remember these bands. Some of them were one-hit wonders.
Yeah, but we were young now. But
yeah. But we grew up with this music.
Oh, sure, yeah.
You know what I mean? So when we were 10, this music's still popular. It was still on the radio.
Sure. Yep.
Bo Donaldson and the Haywoods were formed in 1965. My favorite falsetto singer of all time in the rock and roll category, Canned Heat.
That's Kermit the Frog.
How a big dude like that can sing just like that high. It's amazing.
Stand that song. Oh,
you don't like it? You don't go down to
that song. We want songs that just bother us, right? That's one of the ones.
Is it one? Yeah. I kind of
like
like them, man. I like their groove. I like they're a little different than everybody else.
You have to check them out.
What song? We'll Work Together.
Yeah, Work Together.
Oh, that was
very 60s. Very 60s. Yeah, that was them.
All right, that's a good song.
A different singer, I think. I don't think that's the same guy.
Captain Beefheart was formed in 1965.
Some wacky shit. He's better than Frank Zappa, though.
Anything's better than Frank Zappa's.
Seven Cats in a Bag is. I'd rather listen to Yoko Ono.
Mark, don't make me. I knew he was going to put him. Mark just shut himself off.
He's being belligerent.
I was actually going to go to the bathroom.
So like I was saying earlier, the names of bands back then, and the names of bands like Trashy Vagina. Today, the Cherry Slush. Ooh, edgy.
Wow.
I just picked that name. I don't know who the fuck they are, but the Chocolate Watch Band, right? See, I mean, they had like these nice names, right?
The psychedelic names are the best.
Yeah. Country Joe and the Fish, one-hit wonders. Give me an F. If it wasn't for Woodstock,
that's right.
If it wasn't for the Woodstock album, I don't know if really anybody would know who Country Joe and the Fish are with the F-U-C-K song.
There's nothing edgier than saying F-U-C-K in the 60s.
They might have thought they were Canned Heat.
And then what's the other one? Dun, 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 dun. Marijuana. That's what they're known for, too.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. What are we fighting for?
Don't give a damn.
The Cowsills. The Cowsills.
They formed it. They formed in 65.
Formed in 65, yeah.
Huh.
The Delphonics.
Great band.
Started in 65.
Philly
oh, well, this is a little edgy for 65. Dick.
Is it spelled the same both ways?
D-I-K. Dick.
It's D-I-K.
Yeah.
Are they German?
And then right next to that is the Doodletown Pipers.
Dick and the Doodletowns.
Yeah. The Doors started.
Dick, the Doodletowns and the Doors.
Doodletown, New York, Mark.
Yeah, Doodletown.
Okay, let me see. Dave Phillips, King of the 45s, has given us he's given us an order. King of the 45s is demanding that we do a show on other Brit bands other than Beatles,
That would
Stones,
be
and
a
Who.
good show. There are a lot
At
of
the
good
time,
bands.
pre-Led Zeppelin and Bad Company, many other great bands in the mix. Well, you know what, Mark? You know what, Lou? Maybe we'll do that next week.
Why don't we do a Wishbone Ash tribute show? Would that make Dave happy?
So I don't know. Maybe we'll come up with some stuff.
When I was researching this show, I came across like albums released, bands I didn't know about, like the Pretty Things. I listened to them. I'm like, I never heard them, and they're good. You know, they're kind of heavy.
Yeah,
they're like grungy.
I don't know if we could do a whole show on them though. I don't know.
Segment, maybe
just a segment. You know,
they fall into those like festival bands, kind of. I mean, like Savoy Brown, Uriah Heep.
Well, Savoy Brown was formed in 1965.
I didn't know that, but I knew that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good guess, Lou. You should have just owned it, Lou. See, you're too honest.
I am honest.
You could have said, I knew that. That's why I said it. I would have done that.
It's like I had a friend, every time you mentioned a girl, he'd go, I fucked her.
Oh, yeah. We all had a friend like that.
It's like every little thing, you know.
Yeah, he had a picture of her in his bathroom. That's the closest they got.
That's 30 seconds.
Yeah.
There you go.
Dyke and the Blazers. I actually have a vinyl, Dyke and the Blazers. No, they were an American funk band, right? The guy, Alistair Christian, was the lead singer.
Huh.
They were good, man. They you got to check out some of their shit. DYKE, Dyke and the Blazers, right? He got nicknamed Dyke when he was born. He's from Buffalo. He plays the bass. He got shot. He got killed. He was preparing to go on tour and to record with Barry White when he was fatally shot on a Phoenix street in 1971 at the age of 27.
27.
We should. That was another one that got shot. We did a segment this past week on artists that got murdered.
Yeah.
I have to read the Yao Jackson article still. I got bombarded.
Yeah. But this guy Dyke and the Blazers are good. According to reports at the time, the killing may have been related to drug dealing. Although a coroner's report showed no alcohol or narcotics in the system, then they interview a cop, right? Jet Magazine interviews a detective from Phoenix, and the guy says, he was a drug addict. He had so many tracks in his arms, you wouldn't believe it. The shooting by Clarence Daniels was considered self-defense.
Yeah.
Dyke and the Blazers, yeah. Again, check them out. Lou, you heard of a band, The Final Solution? Have you ever heard that name? No, I didn't think they were a band. I heard of them, although they never released anything. They're from San Francisco, but they were like this. They were very influential. That's probably where I heard it. Very influential in that San Francisco sound of the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the name The Final Solution, that was kind of edgy for 65.
Yeah. Wow.
The Final Solution.
Little edgy, but they were like a garage band type, but they influenced that whole San Francisco sound that came out of there.
Which means they had a lot of reverb on their music.
I like reverb.
I do too, but they're a very reverby sound.
Yeah. Grateful Dead formed in 1965. Yeah. The Guess Who formed in 65.
They were great.
Yeah. Jefferson Airplane in 1965 was formed.
Wow. This is big.
Yeah. Some big names. The Mamas and the Papas formed in 65.
Damn.
The Meters.
Oh.
You ever hear of the Meters?
Yes.
Yeah. Were they from New Orleans?
New Orleans, yeah.
So the Meters, let's see. Let me see.
That's a good name for a band with good rhythm.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
You know the name of that song?
No.
Couldn't use it today. Because these woke motherfuckers get all bent out of shape.
Here we go again.
No, it's called the Sissy Strut.
That's right, yeah.
I'm a sissy. It doesn't offend me.
Nah.
It spells, is it spelled C-I-S-S-Y?
Mark Smith, he's a big dude. Like, don't, like, everyone's like, oh, he plays this thing. Mark's a big dude.
I can't fight, though.
How tall are you? How tall are you?
Last time I measured, that was wrong. 6'4".
told you. He's a big, look at you're the dude. Okay, you're the dude that I'd say just come with me, right? It'd be like the scene in Godfather 2, and Al Pacino takes the florist, right? And he says, "Stand with me in front of the hospital. Just stand with me. Put your hands in your pocket. And just put your collar up and just stand with me." And he looked like a gangster. And then the gangsters roll up and they look and they see him standing there with Al Pacino.
Yeah.
Mark is the dude. Just stand behind me. You don't have to do a thing.
Just look menacing.
Stand there and look menacing. Yeah.
I was asked.
Cross your eyes. If Mark's just cross your eyes. Look like a total lunatic. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. And nobody's gonna say a word to you.
Listen, I was asked by my in-laws in the Bronx a few times to go with them to get money paid back. So yeah.
All you gotta do is stand there.
And I stand there, yeah.
But
I can't fight.
I can't fight.
In Zion, in my elementary school, everyone used to pick on me because I was the tall guy and I always got beat up by the short guy. Because they can punch low. You know?
That was me.
Yeah. I never learned to just hold them back by their forehead. I never learned that trick.
You just gotta charge at them, dude. Your size, you just charge at them and grab them and throw them down, and then get that crazy flaring, flailing and punching. Yeah.
Get the first swing out of the way.
It'll work.
I am Enzo the baker. I stay in hell for you, father. You father.
All right, moving on. We're getting really sidetracked a lot tonight. Right off the bat.
I don't like when people are taller than me.
Pink Floyd was formed in 1965.
Shit.
Yeah. Public Enemies, not to be confused with the rap group.
Wow, they're really old.
In diapers.
There was a group, The Knack, but they were from Boston.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, see, your sister thinks it's too funny.
She knows I can't fight.
Well, Allison, Mark has said a number of times, maybe before you started watching this whatever we call this thing, he'd say that his sisters would kick his ass.
The youngest sister, the youngest one, kicked my ass here to Mars many times. But I knew if I fought back, I was in trouble.
Yeah, you can't.
Boy fights back.
Yeah.
Until I got old enough one day, and that was it.
Yeah.
It was like Ralphie in Christmas Story. I just went off.
See, that's what I did. That's all you need to do. You're a big dude. You just run at somebody and just grab them and just start flailing on them. Even if you're not hitting them, you're going to scare the shit out of them and everybody around.
I got to learn to cross my eyes without getting a headache. I know guys that can move one eye. I should try to get one eye.
I can move one eye in and keep one eye straight.
Wow.
Yeah, I can. And people freak out when I do it. Yeah. It's like the dude Zeus from the movie Friday that Lou hasn't watched yet.
And Colin Hay.
Hay, yeah. I know he had the Marty Feldman eyes.
Yeah.
His went outwards. I can move my eye in.
His went
like half cross-eyed.
Nice.
He had blue eyes, one blue this way, one blue that way.
Allison's, yeah. That was so that was what was the
I never fought Allison
joke? Krista McAuliffe, right? She went up on the Challenger. He said, "What color were her eyes? Blue. One blue this way, one blue that way." NASA need another 7 astronauts.
Ding, 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 ding.
Truly tasteless joke.
Can we put him in the green room?
Yeah.
Wait, here. Yeah.
Do you want to hear the most truly tasteless joke ever?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, I got one too.
All right, people. This is. I'm going to just give you a warning. If you don't want to hear a very disturbing joke, just turn this off for like, I don't know, a minute. So a child murderer is walking through the woods with a little boy in the middle of the night. There's bats flying around, it's lightning, and the wind's blowing, and it's really crazy. And the kid looks up at the guy and says, "Mister, I'm afraid." And he looks down at the kid and says, "You're afraid? I'm the one that has to walk out of here alone."
Oh. Did you come up with that one on your own? That's a Stephen King line. That would be it, yeah.
I'm not apologizing for that either.
You don't apologize for anything.
I don't apologize for anything.
I've never heard. The day you apologize, I'm going to be worried about you.
All right, moving on. The Quicksilver Messenger Service. Oh, that's got a reaction from your sister. The Quicksilver Messenger Service was formed in 1965. Lou?
All these San Francisco bands all start at the same time.
What's their? What are they known for? What's
ooh you have another hit.
Yeah.
Sweet love.
Good song.
With lots of reverb.
They had some good stuff in the 70s. I heard a couple of their albums I liked.
Dave Smith, King of the 45s. That's awful. True. I warned
Dave,
you.
I agree with you.
It is the most truly tasteless joke you could ever tell.
I got one. Okay, Jesus is nailed to the cross, right? Above them, there's the initials INRI. Do you know what that stands for? I'm nailed right in.
Oh, I don't think it's as bad as mine, but that's not good.
Okay.
It's not as good as Lodi. Lots of dumb Italians.
Let's not get into the acronyms. The Rascals.
When Quicksilver Messenger Service, he was the guy that wrote People Get Together. Come on, people.
Oh, okay.
Get together? Let's
yeah.
Get together.
The Rascals were formed in 1965.
Best white soul band
Lou's
ever.
Band.
Best white soul band ever.
And like I said, Savoy Brown, Lou had named them earlier.
Yep.
I couldn't believe this one. This one actually, I was like, what? The Scorpions.
Yeah.
Were formed in 65.
Yeah.
They're ancient. How old is Klaus?
It took them like what, 20 years to like they just
her first album came out in
whatever
71 or 2. Did you ever hear the first album, Lonesome Crow? They're like a jazzy dun 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 dun, dun and Klaus Meine has this low voice. I see. They're really good though. It was they morphed.
He has a great voice. That dude
got it.
Oh yeah,
he does. Underrated. We talked about this about a month ago. So I mean, his voice.
Yeah.
What a great voice. Does not get the credit for a rock singer that he deserves.
He just committed the mortal sin of when they played in New Jersey. He kept saying, "Hello, New York," and everyone was like, "You don't do that, New Jersey."
Small Faces. We had just mentioned their debut album,
Itchy Coo Park.
Itchy Coo Park, yeah. The Stone Ponies. Who are they?
Linda Ronstadt's band.
There you go.
Say good night to Dave, by the way.
Good night, Dave.
Good night, Dave.
Night, Dave.
Thanks for the suggestion.
Rascals, all Italians.
Next time, keep them to yourselves, my friend. I don't care. Don't tell me what to do, Dave. Just because you're king of the 45s, you don't get to tell me what I do.
I forgot to get
You're
my
not
45s.
the boss. You're not my king, Dave Phillips, king of the 45s. But it was a good suggestion, though.
Yeah.
I think we should do it just because he watches the show every week, even if it's for 10 minutes. He always checks in.
Yeah, we should. Well, there's a lot of bands to talk about there.
Let's see. Well, this name might have been a little edgy for 65. I guess Mark had to go to the bathroom. This name might have been a little edgy. The Throb. They knew that. I mean, how do they think they're going to get a record deal? Really?
It sounds like a garage rock band too.
Yeah.
The Throb.
The Tijuana Brass.
Was this before Ralpher? Were
Yeah.
they a band before him?
I think he was in the band, and then he just became the standout. You know, like
right.
The Turtles.
Flo and Eddie.
Yeah, and let's see, Los Vikings. Those are the Latin Vikings.
Yes.
the Mexican band.
The Mexican Vikings. Yeah.
The Mexican band. Them Vikings went everywhere. God damn.
Los Vikings. That's pretty funny.
Yeah. Vikings went everywhere. Oh shit. Holy.
They wanted warmer temperatures.
Okay, let's see. Wait till let's cover a what do I got here? Let's cover some albums, and then when Mark gets back, we'll do some movies. Usually we kind of jump into the movies at this point, but Mark decided he wanted to go. I'll start off with we already said Rubber Soul. Highway 61 Revisited came out in 65.
Yes.
Right? Big album.
Yes, it is. Got like Rolling Stone on it.
And I'm just going to double up on it. He had 2 albums that year, bringing it all back home. Also,
yep, yeah.
What do you got listed?
Let's see. Introducing the Beau Brummels. Do you remember who the Beau Brummels are? Laugh, laugh. I thought I'd cry. That's so little to me.
Yeah.
Oh me. Guess who was produced by?
Oof,
someone by the name of Sylvester Stewart, otherwise known as Sly Stone.
Ah, that's right. Sylvester Stewart's last known. Very good.
Do you know who Beau Brummel was?
No.
He was this English guy. He was this fashion guy. He was this. He all men to this day. He set the fashion template for men of like the 19th to 20th century. Like starting in England, he started all these fashion things that still go today and stuff like that. So he was. It's word known for like a well dressed man.
Oh, okay.
So when Billy, you know that song, It's Only Rock and Roll by Billy Joel, you can really be a Beau Brummel baby if you just give it half a chance. So it's basically,
Yeah, I hate that song. I would not know the lyrics. It's still rock and roll to me is the only thing I hear in that song.
No, I don't like the sound of it.
I hate it. So
like
campy.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, listen, it made him a lot of money, so that's why he did it.
That was his rock album. There's better songs on that record than that one, I'll tell you that.
Herb Albert, Whipped Cream, and Other Delights came out that year. That's the album cover right there, buddy.
Yeah. Let's see, Love and Spoonful, Do You Believe in Magic?
Do you believe in magic in a young girl's heart?
They were a great band.
Yeah, they were fun.
Summer in the City is one of my favorite songs of all time.
Yeah. The Rolling Stones with Out of Our Heads came out that year. I don't remember that album, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, no.
It might have been a British release.
They were
we're
like
on albums now, Mark.
They were like the Beatles. The British albums and the American albums are totally different. I hate that.
Yeah.
What was the album that came out of Our Heads?
Yeah.
I think there was one hit on that album that we know of,
as long as it's not their worst, the worst song they ever wrote, Ruby Tuesday. Oh my God.
I could live with that.
I don't know why I thought that song was. I think because I thought everything that the Stones did when I was younger. But that song. No. Is it Ruby? Yeah, I think it's Ruby Tuesday.
Well,
yeah.
Along that line, I think a much better song is She's a Rainbow from Satanic Majesty's Request album. That was better, and that was a ballad.
Yeah.
Out of Our Heads.
Give us an album, Mark.
I'm going to give you Turn, Turn, Turn the Birds. Did someone say that?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, Turn, Turn, Turn.
All right, Lou, give us another one.
People Get Ready, The Impressions.
People Get Ready.
Classic.
Man. And like you said, Curtis Mayfield needs more recognition.
Yes, yeah.
Besides but from non-musician types, besides non-music freaks.
Not only maybe one of the greatest jazz albums ever, and I'm not a big jazz guy.
Right.
But maybe one of the greatest. It is one of the greatest Christmas albums ever made. A Charlie Brown Christmas by the Trio came out in 1969. Yeah.
Do you remember when you were
longevity?
That's from all our childhoods.
Do you remember when you were a kid, the smell when you went outside and it was snowing? There was like a certain smell in the air. I can't describe. I smell that when I hear Charlie Brown Christmas.
Yeah,
that's called New Jersey.
You know what I call that, Mark? So working with horses, doing all groundwork with horses, I've come up to you try to explain it to people, and I've come to the point where I just say, it's just what you just said, Mark. It's experiential. Like you have to experience it.
Yeah.
Like to walk out in the snow and just that's something crisp.
And if you try to explain to somebody that never grew up in the snow, they won't know it. Just like I don't know what it's like to grow up in the deep South and have those hot summer days that we don't get up here in the North. Same thing.
Oh, you get hot, humid days up north.
But not like down there.
No, not maybe the swamps in Louisiana.
Maybe not like Alabama, but like DC and New Jersey are very much on a par. It's pretty hot.
Mark, give me another album.
Having a Rave Up with the Yardbirds. Good album.
All right. Lou?
Frank Sinatra, September of My Year.
You just took it. I was looking right at it.
Sorry. With the classic Irvin.
Oh, dude, play that album. I must play that album, I don't know, a year? At least 15 times a year.
Oh, cool.
I love that album. I do Sinatra Sundays. Sunday morning with Sinatra at Casa McVera 2.0. I put it on, and it's just so fucking good. Yeah. Such a great album.
That song in particular, too. And
yeah.
The song September of My Years, too, by Jimmy Van Heusen and Sammy Kahn. That was a classic.
Yeah.
Give me a bouncy C.
Barbara Streisand. My Name is Barbara. 2. Yeah, my name is Robert 2, the number 2. Mark?
The debut album from the Pretty Things came out that year. It's a pretty grungy album for a English band.
Yeah.
I get the feeling they fought a lot and they drank a lot from hearing it.
Lou?
Debut album from my favorite girl group, the Shangri-Las, Leader of the Pack.
Ah.
They were hot.
Yeah.
Mary Weiss was hot. She was a sexy white girl in a girl group. They were like bad white girls.
Why she got to be a white girl, Lou? Why she got to be a white girl? Why can't she just be a girl?
Oh, because I thought the Ronettes, the Shirelles, they were all black or Puerto Rican.
That's right.
And Leslie Gore, Petula Clark, they were squeaky clean.
Yes.
The Shangri-Las.
We need some grungy white girls.
Yeah, they were grungy white girls. Yeah.
Slutty looking white girls.
Mary Weiss was hot.
You ever notice that term only fits with white girls? She's a slutty looking white girl. Like you never heard she's a slutty looking black girl. She's a slutty looking Puerto Rican. No, it's always the white girls. She's a slutty looking white girl.
Depends what state you come from. I think it's.
I don't know. I just think the word slutty just kind of is a white. It's like white people term.
I think it was invented back in the 60s, right?
Yeah. 65 it was invented. Yeah. See, that's my story, Mark. That's my story.
What does slut shaming mean?
Herman Hermits. Introducing Herman Hermits. Came out that, yeah.
Now, Henry VIII, right? That came out in 65. If I listened to it yesterday, that might be the first punk rock song ever written.
What's the name of it? What is it?
I'm Henry VIII. I am.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
Listen to the beginning. Forget about that stupid vocal. Listen to the whole music on it. It's kind of punky, man. It's more guitar driven than
not a good kid, right?
No. Everyone's man. I think he kills them all, doesn't he? Stacks them in the freezer. Yeah. I'm a wraith old man. I'm Henry.
Mark, give me an album.
It's called The Them featuring Here Comes the Night. Was that their first album?
I don't know.
I think that could have been.
Here comes the night.
Yeah. Tough band. Really tough band.
Lou?
I had more songs than albums. The Zombies' first album called The Zombies.
Yeah.
That's a cool name for a band.
Herb Alpert releases his second album that year, South of the Border.
Yeah, After Whipped Cream.
After Whipped Cream, yeah.
I had Whipped Cream on there,
Yeah.
Now, did South of the Border have
did a third album, The Lonely Bull. He was killing it in 65.
One of those albums had I forgot. One of those albums has that song.
There's so many albums that came out that year.
I have a bunch of them on CD. They're great to listen to.
What do you got, Mark?
Live at the Regal by B.B. King. That was always one of my favorite blues albums. Very good.
Yep. Lou, you got any more?
The Astrid Gilberto album.
Yeah. Astrud,
that's right. Astrud.
Get it right. Don't insult my girl.
Astrud.
Yeah. Her and her monotone style.
Let's put an umlaut over that year right now.
Umlaut? What the fuck? Is that what it's called?
That's the two dots around with that. What's an umlaut?
It's called an umlaut?
Yeah.
Wow.
Umlaut. Almost like an omelet. Like a Denver umlaut.
Lou, I guess he has to be all sophisticated with his wine, people.
Wait, my head's getting big. I'm learning something.
Now, in California wine, there's such a thing called a slutty Cabernet. It's a big, lush, over.
It's a white people thing. I told you.
It is. Yeah, I guess you're right. Well, so is there an equivalent for non-white women?
No. Yeah, it's called a hoe. That's the equivalent.
Well, I guess it is.
White people say slut, black people say hoe.
So
I'm not making this shit up.
Is there a term called hoe shaming now?
I don't care.
You just invented it. If not,
it is what it is. I'm not. And you know what the Spanish is? Puta. See?
Yeah, really.
Oh, you just said a nasty word.
He did. He said a nasty word there.
I'm just saying.
Wait, hold on. Wait.
Get off the show.
I dropped the C word in a band name a couple weeks ago.
That. Oh, she's coming upstairs.
Oh my God.
See, I'm just covering. I'm just being. What do we call it, Mark? What do you people call it?
Scott,
inclusive.
She just tripped over her Virgin Mary.
Oh, jeez, not another statue.
You're safe. We're all safe for now. Cleaning it up.
Is that your beautiful wife, Mark? You talking about your beautiful wife?
And if she ever sees us, I'm a dead man.
See, that's all I have to say. I say, wow, Mark never said how beautiful you are, how bonita. And I'm safe. I'm safe. Okay, don't do it again.
Yeah.
I get the warning. I get a warning. But I'm just being inclusive. Mark. I'm being inclusive.
I knew that word was coming.
Yeah,
I said it's going to be in one part of the show.
Yeah, yeah. In the Chinese, call it yin yang.
How come you always go like this? Most of us say inclusive, and you go inclusive
because that's the way it's said. That's the right way to say it.
You got me
really
doing
emphasize it.
I'll be in a meeting at work, and I'll go, "Can we be inclusive of the?" And then
you got to put up the quotes. You got to put up the air quotes too. Yeah.
It goes without saying in Nashville here. We don't even have to say it. You know, we're pretty ahead of the curve down here in Nashville.
Hey, you know what album came out in '65? Smokey Robinson. Go into it, go, everybody. Yeah. My voice is a little fucked up.
My favorite Motown.
Go into a go. All right, let's get a couple more in.
Highway 61 revisited.
I already said it. You're taking a leak.
Okay, all right. Second one. You're gonna hate me for this because it's something Jack I think talked about. A Love Supreme by John Coltrane.
I don't hate that.
Phenomenal. I thought you didn't like that.
I don't hate that.
I thought that was the one you didn't like. There was some jazz album you said you didn't like.
Yeah, I'm not a big jazz guy, but I know that's an all-time classic.
Well, don't worry, the guitar player.
I mean, doesn't Bono reference it in Angel of Harlem?
Yeah.
You got John Coltrane and the Love Supreme. Miles, and she's got to be an angel. Name dropping motherfucker.
Hey.
He probably never even listened to them.
Bono, he did just to make the song.
Pretentious
just to make the song.
Yeah.
You don't pick on Bono because you held his balls on your neck. So don't pick on Bono. All right.
Hey, if anybody has a right to, it's me because I had his balls on my neck.
His sweaty balls.
I have the right to do that. I got this little moth flying around me. You know those the little ones, like they're like gnats. You can't really swat them because they're too small.
Get a pair of chopsticks.
He's buzzing around me though. But moths don't buzz, so I don't know. Give me one, Lou.
The Paul Butterfield Blues Band debut album.
The Hollies debut album.
The Hollies did.
Yeah.
Eve of Destruction, Barry McGuire. Tell me.
What do you got, Mark?
You probably never heard of this guy. Bert Jansch released his first album. Who is Bert Jansch? Jimmy Page totally ripped him off for much stuff. He had that alternate tuning sound.
There's a studio,
White Summer and a bunch of songs. He just ripped him off blind. So that album came out.
The Temptations came out with an album in '65 called The Temptations Sing Smokey.
Ooh,
everybody loves Smokey. Yeah. Nothing could compare when Smokey sings, baby. Like the song says. Them, their debut album, Them.
I think that's the one I saw with Here Comes the Night. Maybe that's what it was.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey, the Best of the Letterman came out.
Wow.
They were big back then. Yeah.
She does it. The whole town says she does it.
Here's a little bit of a record. The Kinks put out 2 albums in which both they incorporated their name into the title.
Yes.
Kink Controversy and Kinda Kinks.
Yeah.
And the Yardbirds had 2 albums that we mentioned one, but For Your Love.
Mm-hmm.
For Your Love, that's a good song.
That had Clapton and Beck on that record.
Yeah, that's
album,
a good song.
Yep.
No, For Your Love was just Clapton.
That was Clapton. Well, no, on that album, there's a mix. I think there's a mix of both.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because he quit when For Your Love came out. It was too pop for him. He was very.
Mark, did you try to correct the professor just then?
No, he did.
Did you try to correct the professor?
Hey,
are you? What is?
Because he's got a PhD doesn't mean he's always right.
Oh, Lou called it. You got to go. He's in the penalty box. Lou gave him the Caesar thumbs down.
My friend Mark Smith. I don't care if he's 6'4". I'm 5'8", but I'm like Joe Pesci. You got to kill me.
And I don't care if he's 6'4".
I don't care.
I love that.
Ever see a giant tree fall? Timber.
Let's see. What's he reading now?
Is it Time Magazine?
No, he's got a Led Zeppelin book. He's reading a Led Zeppelin, but it's a picture book, so it's not like he's really doing anything.
I read pictures.
Hey, you know what's that?
Mark had a little situation with another friend of mine in Perry's. So this friend threatened Mark. I said, Mark, my money is on you.
I should have brought that up. It's true. He called me one drunken night and said, "Do I got to come kick your ass?" And I'm like, "Ah, shit, he's gonna kick my ass."
No, he's not. No, he's
he's a tough Irish guy. You
No,
know
he's
the
not.
Irish. We get like out of our heads sometimes.
Hey,
I'm
Lou,
being threatened by family now.
Mark's sister's coming after you, buddy. She's coming at you, buddy.
Are you 6'4" too, Allison?
I don't think it doesn't matter. That's a sister. It's just a sister thing. It's just a sister.
She's the sister. I protect all of us.
Yeah.
Allison got me into rock and roll.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, Allison. Okay.
Remember Almost Famous when what's his name's big sister was giving him all these albums, listen to this. That's what she did for me. She gave me Bad Company. She gave me Dark Side of the Moon. She's like, listen to this and listen to this.
My sister was 10 years older than me, and she turned me on to the band, all that stuff.
Yeah, big sisters are great.
Yep.
So the story is
tough too.
Allison got me into rock. Sue, the middle one, got me into R&B. Stacy is the one that got me into brain cell surgery and Emerson, Lake and Palmer, but she ultimately became a disco fan and tried to get me into disco. Didn't like it, but then later on I liked it. So
and she kicked your ass.
She did, yeah.
Okay.
Stacy,
yeah.
Really
my brothers just beat me up.
Are you the youngest?
I'm the youngest. Yeah. Until I got older, then I got a little bigger than them, and
me too.
Well, kind of things changed.
I'm the second youngest.
Things changed a little bit.
Yeah.
It wasn't like I did fight both of them one time in an Irish bar, and it was insane.
Ooh.
They both attacked me. It was fucking insanity.
Did you get kicked out?
Oh, we got kicked out. If we were fighting, the bouncers came over to break it up, and at one point I grabbed my middle brother, Mark, and he was thick like me, and I don't know what happened. It got caught in his shirt or something, and I dislocated my ring finger. No, my middle finger, my left middle finger. It was like an L, right?
Oh.
And I said, stop. And we had flipped tables. This was just an all-out punches, just a hockey fight, right? It was like they were punching at me. I was punching at them. And because I just had got on their last nerve, evidently. We were drinking.
It wasn't fooling around. You were pissed off.
Oh, we were all, I pissed them off to no end until my middle brother comes over the table, and then my oldest brother, Colin, jumps on, and he starts throwing punches, and then we're just going at it, and I don't know who got the better of who, but at one point I said, stop, and I held up my left hand, and my middle finger is an L, right? It's literally right at the first knuckle, right? The middle knuckle, right? And so right at that point, the bouncers move in, and they start trying to break it up, and my brothers turn on them and say, stay the fuck away from my little brother. And they start punching the bouncers, and they were going out the back door, and my brother Colin punches the wooden door, and the panel goes fucking flying out of the door. He punched the panel out of a fucking wooden door, right? And we kick the door open, and we spill out into the streets, and the bouncers just couldn't. They close the door behind us. You can still see in because there's no wooden panel there, right? So everything was safe. Then we just turned around, and we just kind of started going at it again, and it was just this whole.
How did you straighten your finger out?
So I have to take this. This was in downtown Boston at an Irish bar called the Midnight Court. I had to take the subway home, took the bus to the hospital, went to the emergency room, and the guy looked at the finger and was just like, he just went, So they numb it up, and they do the one, all right, on three, and I'd never experienced that before. And he says 1, 2, plop, plop, and just jams it back in.
And it still hurt even with the
dude, I was drunk, so I had that going for me. But my finger was jacked. It was jacked for a while. It was swollen. I mean, they put the splint on it, and it was just like left hand was out of commission for a little while. Yeah.
Were you really sad about that? Come on. Did you have to learn to use the right?
Well, they do say if you're a righty, you do it lefty, it feels like someone else is doing it.
Like, hello, stranger.
Yeah. Right.
What was it? Opie and Anthony used to say, sit on your hand and numb it. But then I'd be like, but it's a man hand, Opie.
Yeah.
Put some fingernail polish on it.
Because Mark tried. Let's get one more. Let's each do one more. Let me see.
I don't want to hurt my hand.
I have another one.
I had one right here. The Righteous Brothers came out with 2 albums that year. Some Blue-Eyed Soul and Back to Back. Oh yeah, Burt Bacharach. What's New Pussycat?
Oh, I had that.
Yeah. All right, let's move into movies. We have singles. Do we want to do singles? We're already at an hour and a half.
Some good ones.
All right, let's break out some singles. No problem.
All right. This Diamond Ring, Gary Lewis and the Playboys.
Written by Al Cooper.
Listen to the instrumentation on it. It's really interesting.
The Righteous Brothers, Unchained Melody.
It's a biggie, huh?
Yeah.
Is that in Ghost?
Yep.
I didn't see
Mark?
it.
I don't have singles.
Dylan, Like a Rolling Stone.
From Highway 51.
Yep.
Wooly Bully, Sam the Sham and the Pharaohs.
The Rolling Stones, Get Off My Cloud.
Satisfaction.
Elvis Presley, Crying in the Chapel.
Yeah. Yep. Help Me Rhonda by the Beach Boys.
Yep, that's what I was just looking at that one. Shirley Bassey, Goldfinger.
Oh yeah,
Goldfinger.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
Let's Hang On to Four Seasons. Next time you hear that, listen to the guitar in the beginning of it. It's all distorted. It's weird. It doesn't make sense for them.
The Beach Boys, California Girls.
Great song.
Yeah.
Lou? Mark's sitting this one out.
I Got You by James Brown and what was it? The Fabulous Flame? James Brown.
Oh, okay.
I got a few.
And the Famous Flames.
Go ahead, Mark.
Help Me Rhonda, Beach Boys.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tom Jones, It's Not Unusual to Be Loved by Anyone. And I sound just like him. Yeah. I did good just then.
That was good. My mom would have thrown her panties at you.
Hey now.
Coddle me, oh my. Jay and the Americans.
Yep. Mark?
I just had it here. Come back to me. Oh, Do You Believe in Magic?
Do you believe in magic? The Animals, We Gotta Get Out of This Place.
Yeah.
In the Midnight Hour, Wilson Pickett. A song you're not allowed to cover anymore, though.
Tom Jones, What's New Pussycat?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Shotgun.
Like Shotgun.
Junior Parker?
Just a Shotgun by Shotgun. I guess it's Junior.
Huh. It might be just another song.
Junior Walker and the All-Stars.
Junior Walker. Yeah. Junior Parker. You Were on My Mind by We Five. Remember that song? You Were on My Mind.
Herb Albert, A Taste of Honey. Wasn't that the dating game song?
It was one of those, yeah.
The dating game, yeah.
Wait, was that the one?
Oh, that's right. That's a Herb Albert song. That's
what I was talking about. Yeah.
That song's called "Making Whoopee."
Mitch Miller did not like it. He was offended.
Fuck Mitch Miller.
Yeah. He hated the Beatles. Hush, Hush, Sweet Charlotte from Patti Page. Eerie movie, eerie song.
The movie came out the year before. Hush, Hush, Sweet Charlotte.
Yeah.
How about Down in the Boondocks by Billy Joe Royal?
Mm-hmm.
Down in the Boondocks. Boom, boom.
The Animals, It's My Life.
This one's for Lou. I'm Telling You Now by Freddie and the Dreamers.
Oh, they were great.
Lou?
Like an arrow passing through me. Go Now by the Moody Blues with Denny Lane. With Denny Lane of Wings on lead vocal. Denny Lane.
Them. Gloria. Gloria.
Yeah.
Except it wasn't that version, but that's what I used.
Tired of Waiting for You by the Kinks.
Right, they were great. You Turn Me On, Ian Whitcomb. That's a weird song. That was on the Spotify 1965 list. It's freaking weird. I can't even hum it out. I'm just when I said this was pretty racy for 1965. You Turn Me On.
Now I know why the Animals were on Ed Sullivan so long, because here they are so many times. The Animals, please don't let me be misunderstood. No wonder they were on Ed Sullivan. They kept popping out these hits. Baby.
But I Can't Help Myself, Four Tops.
Nowhere to Run by Martha and the Vandellas.
I'm running out here. Roy Orbison, Ride Away.
Mrs. Brown, Herman's Hermits. They had a lot of hits that year. Them and Freddie and the Dreamers.
Mark?
The Last Time by the Rolling Stones.
Martha and the Vandellas, Nowhere to Run, infamously played in what movie from 1979, I think it was?
Wait, what was that again?
Nowhere to Run.
I just said that.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. You're not listening to me.
What
you
was the
never
movie?
listen to me, Scott.
You're telling some fables tonight. I should start calling you Aesop.
There's two things.
You're telling a lot of fables tonight, buddy.
This doesn't always. This. You got to listen to me.
What movie was Nowhere? What was that infamously played in? There's a great scene in a movie that came out in '79.
Scorsese movie?
The Warriors.
Thank you, Lou.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
I got one.
Oh yeah, come on.
The country charts. Make the world go away. Eddie Arnold.
Ooh, from the country charts, yeah.
Country charts.
When it was real country.
Yes. Yeah.
Not this
Coors Light country.
Shit. Yeah.
Coors Light country. Was that stuff called Gulf and Western?
Well, I was joking with my son. We were in ShopRite one day. And they were playing this new country song. And I said to my son, I hate this new country. All they sing about is Coors Light. And literally the guy goes, I just want to sit on the beach and have a Coors Light. And I'm like, you're name dropping. I mean,
wow.
I want to hear you drinking whiskey because you lost your woman and you're getting really, it's like really, no.
Yeah, but most country artists, that music was landlocked. You didn't sit on a beach. So that's the Gulf and Western stuff. That's the beach country.
But the real country, it's sad.
All right, gentlemen, let's get into movies.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. I'm going to start off with Thunderball, 1965. Yeah. James Bond heads to the Bahamas to recover 2 nuclear warheads stolen by Spectre.
Phil Spector?
Yeah, Jesus.
Did he have the
it
big
was 1965.
Did he have the big afro in the movie?
All right, Mark, give me a movie.
Oompa Loompa.
For a few dollars more, Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, the second of those. It's actually that was the that was like the third. It was like the trilogy. You had The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, Fistful of Dollars, and A Few Dollars More. Same character, the man with no name, or as he was referred to by the Ugly, played by who? Eli Wallach.
Yeah. Okay.
Blondie. Hey, Blondie.
Which one of those movies was the one where they hang him but he doesn't die? Which one is that? Oh no, that's another whole movie. That's hang him.
No, that was The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
No, not
they would go around. They would go around, and they would Clint Eastwood would turn him in, and
there
collect
was
the bounty.
A movie where he was actually hung by a bunch of people, and they thought he was dead, and they
hang him high. Yeah.
Hang him high, and Alan Hale, the skipper from Gilligan's Island.
Hang him high.
Yeah. Mark, did you give me a movie?
Yeah, that was for a few more dollars.
Oh yeah. For Lou?
Faster Pussycat Kill Kill.
Yeah, buddy.
I want to see that.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
I think I have, yeah.
It's an exploitation film about 3 go-go dancers that go into kidnapping.
Oh yeah.
Spree,
it's
but they're Asian.
total grindhouse. Grindhouse movie.
I looked at some of the pictures. They were hot, man.
Yeah. Total grindhouse. There was a band. The band name. There
Faster
was a band
Pussycat.
Name. Faster Pussycat. Yeah.
So they were hot. They're known for hot.
Slutty white girls.
No, they were Asian girls. What do you call it?
Oh, okay. There's always slutty white girls in there, though. What do you call them? Kong.
Okay. They're remaking it. Norman Reedus of The Walking Dead is producing a remake of Faster Pussycat Kill Kill.
Yeah, they're never good. They're never good.
I'm going to see.
Well, they're probably gender swapping to make them men.
Maybe
gay men.
It was known for the
gay men.
There you go.
Trans. There'll be trans men.
I'll go for the role.
The original one was known for their provocative gender roles in 65. So the girls were out there being bad and they were killing. And I like it. I like it a lot.
One of the greatest war movies of all time, one of the greatest World War II movies of all time, The Battle of the Bulge.
Yeah, man. Yes.
Henry Fonda, Robert Shaw, Robert Ryan.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Dana Andrews. Great movie.
I was talking with Perry one day. We were talking about World War II movies. You had the really good ones. Then you had the ones that were B movie level, and they just weren't that good. And when you watch one of those, you just get taken down like, oh, this sucks. There's so many corny, bad,
Yeah.
That was a good one. That was
a good one. Battle of the Bulge. Yeah.
All those mid-60s ones were good. Midway.
This was so before the agenda-driven movies of today, though.
Mm-hmm.
And they just wanted to entertain you. That's it. And make money. What do you got, Lou?
The Adventures of the Smurfs. 1965. It's
there were Smurf movies in 1965.
It's the first animated. It's a compilation of animated Smurf cartoons from Belgium. It was originally a Belgian cartoon. I saw that. I loved. Like, you gotta be shitting me. Yeah.
I thought that was in the 70s. That
the Adventures of the Smurfs.
80s. I thought it was the 80s.
Yeah, the 80s. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I was like, okay. All right.
Dr. Zhivago, Omar Sharif.
That was my next pick.
Yeah, well, you got me earlier on one of those songs. So.
That was great.
Zhivago.
Yep.
That's a
Rod Steiger.
Rod Steiger.
Yep.
Those magnificent men in their flying machine.
Oh yeah. They wanted to break a record or something, right? Wasn't one of those things?
I think I barely remember it, but I watched it as a kid.
Lou?
The hills are alive.
Sound of Music. That was a big fucking movie, dude. The Von Trapp family.
I was the Verklempt family.
Jesus. The Spy Who Came In From the Cold, Richard Burton.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Instead of coming in from the Cold War, British agent Alec Lemise chooses to face another mission. Yep. Mark?
And I got to say something. These movies in 65, when I'm going over them, I was like in 74, 75, I was watching daytime TV after school. They were showing a lot of these movies. We had WABC, Channel 7, New York would have the 4:30 movie.
4:30 movie, yeah, the UHF.
Yeah. Flight of the Phoenix, one of my favorite movies. It's about the plane that crashes in the Sahara Desert. And remember that one? They remade it in the 90s or 2000s.
They did. I remember the original. Wow. Some of these movies you just pop up. You're like,
and it was a character movie because you got to see. Now, if one of these guys is really bad, he could like start knocking people off, and there's nothing they can do about it because he can't run away. You know.
Lou,
The Greatest Story Ever Told.
Who's in it?
Max von Sydow.
Max von Sydow.
I was forced to watch that.
He played Jesus.
We won't go there.
What's Jesus' middle name? What's Jesus' middle initial?
H.
And
his real last name is on a popsicle stick.
Jesus H.
I'm nailed right in.
My father he still to this day says, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph.
Yeah.
Names the whole family.
What about
has to name the whole family? Yeah. Huh?
What about Jesus Marimba? What does that mean?
I don't know.
I was downtown when I first moved to Pearl River. I was in a pub. I said, I want to have a traditional, because they have a good Irish pub. And there was a guy yelling at his kids. He was from Ireland. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. I thought that was the funniest thing.
It's an Irish thing. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph.
You little feckers.
Dr. Terror's House of Horrors with Christopher Lee, Peter Cushing, the greatest horror duo ever. Right? Yeah. Christopher Lee, I mentioned last week, the guy is a fucking animal. You just don't know it. He's so prim and proper. The dude did some crazy ass shit in his life.
Read his life story. Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah. And he always, the greatest Dracula ever. Peter Cushing, the greatest Van Helsing ever, right?
Yeah.
Star
Wars.
Aboard a British train, mysterious fortune teller Dr. Shrek uses tarot cards to read the futures of 5 fellow passengers. That has to be a Hammer film.
Yeah.
Because they were in almost every Hammer film.
Yeah. That was so cool, by the way Britain did all their own monster movies. They did Frankenstein.
Mm-hmm. And Hammer films were great. And those women, did you ever see the women of Hammer? Gentlemen and women, if you really want to see, I'm just going to say it's like a real women. What's the real woman? What is that supposed to mean? You know what that means? Go Google women of Hammer films. Holy shit.
They come out of the bar and they say,
walk around.
And they say, I got to take a slash and then we'll go. What's the word? Oh, God.
I don't know. Your British accent sucks, though, Mark. Sorry.
It does. I'm better with Irish.
Finally, someone has to tell you. You keep trying every episode.
No, part of the joy of it is it sucks. At least I don't go.
So, like Lou's background, it's so bad, it's good.
It's good. Well,
if you take out the T's, you have a chance. Like it's a little, or But,
okay. But yeah, the women of Hammer. Holy smokes!
Tough women.
Oh, in every Hammer film, guaranteed you're getting breastises. Guaranteed. And they're all natural too. Oh, those are some crazy beautiful women. Yeah. And for British women, they all had good teeth. Just saying.
There was one where they were hanging somebody, and it was supposed to be like he came back as a vampire, but they show it's the 1500s, and they're hanging him
Vampire
in the square.
Circus.
Yeah, and then the woman's hanging out the window. She's got perfect teeth, and she's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Yeah."
I think it was Vampire Circus.
And the camera was shaky. It was ahead of its time. Like today, when you try to do reality, you shake the camera. And I was like, "Whoa!"
Vampire Circus right off the bat. The first 5-10 minutes, breasts.
I've never seen that many of those Hammer movies.
Not from
the beginning. You know, as a kid, I remember seeing them with the monster shows. You know, you're bopping around playing. It was always on the TV. I never sat down as an older person and went from beginning. But I'm noticing because of the Halloween season, a lot of them are on some of the streaming networks.
Yeah.
So you got to just sit down and watch the great Saturday afternoon watches.
Yeah.
We used to see them in the movies at Kincaid's Theater. It was like Saturday matinees. Sometimes they do double features. It was great back in the day. But moving on, probably one of my favorite movies of all time. No lie. I would watch this, and you don't see it on anymore. Well, you don't see anything on anymore because everything's on streaming. But The Great Race.
Yes.
Yeah. That's been forever.
Oh, yeah. The Great Leslie.
Tony Curtis.
Yeah, Tony Curtis. The Great Leslie. Natalie Wood, Jack Lemmon, Peter Falk. I mean, Jack Lemmon and Peter Falk were the bad guys. Peter Falk was his little henchman. Jack Lemmon's little henchman, I think. Yeah. Great movie. All right, Mark.
Die Monster Die with Boris Karloff.
He
was really just he was. I think he was on drugs when he did that one, right? Wasn't he?
Morphine.
He was told, you could tell, like you could just see he showed up and go, all right, where's my lines?
But at least I'm still performing.
Yeah. I saw that the other day on Svengoolie.
There you go.
Svengoolie.
Lou?
Oh, yes. Frankenstein Conquers the World.
That's
Japanese. Those are Japanese horror movies.
Yeah. And that is the worst looking Frankenstein maybe ever.
Is it really? Yeah.
I think it's a giant. He's like a giant Frankenstein.
I saw the movie poster. It looks like he's about 6 stories tall.
Yeah, it's the worst fucking Frankenstein. They just took Godzilla and put him in a fucking Frankenstein.
It's like when they did King Kong. They couldn't do that either.
Me and my brother Mark used to watch all these fucking movies. My brother Colin I have no idea who he was, but we would watch all these fucking horror movies together. Oh yeah. It was horrible.
Was he painted was like a really bad green color?
Yeah, the makeup and the whole thing. I even think it probably was a mask, like a rubber fucking mask that they just kind of stuck to his face. And
and he was on the Godzilla set, so they had tiny little.
You got to YouTube the trailer for Frankenstein Doomsday's World. The Sons of Katie Elder.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. John Wayne, Dean Martin.
Dean Martin.
Yep. Yeah.
Dean Martin did a couple good movies.
Godzilla, Invasion of the Astro Monster. Yes, I was a fan of Godzilla. I watched them all the time.
Yeah. Astro Monster. Which one was that?
It had wings and it looked like a lizard, just like all the others.
It wasn't Monster Zero, right?
No.
Three-headed dragon. That's like the ultimate villain.
That scared the shit out of me when I was 5 years old.
That was so great. How they did that Monster Zero was that was fantastic.
Yeah.
It was I mean, it's for special effects back then. That three-headed dragon was fucking great.
Yep.
Lou?
Beach Blanket Bingo.
Beach
Blanket Bingo. I also love those movies.
Yeah.
I like Eric Von Zipper. Remember, he was the biker gang leader.
Yep, that's right. So
she's my idol.
I'm going to one-up you on this one. How to stuff a wild bikini.
Yeah, man. Same cast.
Yep. And that Funicello. Yeah. Mark?
Stuff a wild bikini.
I can't.
Because she's my idol and I adore her.
These fucking movies you're bringing up. Holy shit.
I'll show you how to see a wild bikini.
I've seen them. It's an invisible bikini. They create. It's crazy. It's great.
I'm getting the giggles. I can't do it.
Lines of a misspent youth. I'll tell you. I loved all these fucking movies. I'm telling you, maybe we should do a movie podcast on the side sometime.
We should.
We're going to end up filling up our weeks. It's going to be pretty tough to tie Lou down and nail him down over the next month and a half.
Oh man,
I
didn't fill Mark in on my grueling schedule.
Maybe we can have a vacation. Can I have a vacation?
I said if you ever want, I could do like music news. I could do it by myself.
Yeah, no. You know what? The thing, Lou, if you're busy,
I'd be very lonely though.
The joy of two guys. The joy of two guys. That came out wrong. Having like someone.
Look at me when you say that.
I'm not going to watch that podcast.
Look at me when you say that.
No, that was a movie from 1960.
Oh, okay. Speaking of, let's get back to the
French
movie. Let's get back to the movies. Mark, what did you say?
Well, you said the album, but the movie, What's New Pussycat? With Woody Allen.
Lou?
Let's see. Moratori with Marlon Brando and Yul Brynner. World War II type movie. Critically, so it was very commercial flop. There was a string of Brando's flops in the 60s leading up to the Godfather comeback. But
yeah,
it's not a bad movie, but it just didn't get in.
The Cincinnati Kid starring Steve McQueen and the ultra hot Anne Margaret.
And Tuesday Weld.
And Edward G. Robinson, you see? 'Cause I'm the frog, you see? And I'm here to play some poker, you see?
Was that related to
Carl Malden?
Movie?
And Carl Malden before he had the golf ball of a nose from being a booze hound.
Didn't he always have that?
I don't think he had it like he did in the Streets of Sarah. That bulbous thing started looking like W.C. Fields after a while.
And he was talking Michael Douglas. Hey, buddy boy.
My nose is still good. It's okay.
Yeah, you're okay. You're okay.
No, was that movie related to the movie with Paul Newman and Jackie Gleason?
No, that's the Hustler.
Okay, the Hustler.
Right. Yeah.
It's probably of the same kind of plot line.
Yeah,
gambling and high stakes.
Yeah. It's poker and the Cincinnati Kid. Hustler is the
shame.
Paul,
I'm out.
Paul,
you guys...
Paul Newman got robbed. But anyway,
I'm out. I have no more movies, so you guys go back and forth.
Orgy of the Dead.
Orgy.
A couple driving to a cemetery looking for inspiration for a horror story encounters the dancing dead. Yeah.
Nice.
Ooh, it's called Orgy? Orgy of the Dead.
2.9 stars.
Wow.
2.9 stars. What else you got? You got anything else?
I got the Face of Fu Manchu, Christopher Lee.
Yes. Great movie that they'll never show again. Well, we can find it on streaming.
Because he's playing a Chinaman?
Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
Planet of the Vampires. Yeah.
Is that
After landing on a mysterious planet, a team of astronauts begin to turn on each other, swayed by the uncertain influence of the planet and its strange inhabitants. Yeah. What do you got, Mark? Lou?
Clarence the Cross-Eyed Lion.
Oh, I saw that in Saturday Matinee.
You remember that?
I do remember that. That was great. Yeah.
Poor lion.
Yeah.
They showed the double vision he had.
Yeah.
Through the eyes of a lion.
Major Dundee. Charlton Heston, Richard Harris, Jim Hutton, James Coburn. In 1864, due to frequent Apache raids from Mexico into the U.S., a Union officer decides to illegally cross the border and destroy the Apache. Damn Redskins, using a mixed army of Union troops, Confederate POWs, civilian mercenaries, and scouts. Kill them all!
It was Charlton Heston?
Kill them all! That was with Charlton Heston, yeah. Yeah. Major Dundee. Couldn't make that movie today.
Couldn't want to make that movie today.
That's a good movie. That's a good movie.
Hey,
talking about
this is not 65, but this is a fucked up movie. Did you ever see Dementia 13?
No, I never saw that.
Yeah, well, it's one of what's his name's first movies. The director, Francis Ford Coppola.
Dude, I'm telling you, there's a Facebook group called Grindhouse Sleaze and Exploitation Movies. These people come up with the most bizarre. And I actually watched some of these. I'm like, these people are fucking crazy. They love these demented movies.
How about these movies? I don't know if it's France or Russia they're from, where they say people actually die in them. Like,
the Serbian film is probably, it's hard to find. It's not on streaming. A Serbian film is kind of in that world known as the movie. It is the most twisted. I just saw the plot. And I kind of read a little more. It is an extremely twisted movie, disturbing movie.
Yeah.
A Serbian film. Now, you know there's some lunatic out there listening right now.
Yeah.
Or tomorrow and next week that's going to say,
Let me go to the dark web and find this.
That. Good luck finding it. You can
On
find
to
it
other
on
things.
Blu-ray.
I'm listening to Andy Summers' solo album.
On a nice note.
I'm eating a bowl of ice cream.
Yeah, this one has to do with pornography and murder, and it's just insane. Lou?
This one wouldn't be made either today because it was casting an Egyptian as a Mongolian, Genghis Khan, with Omar Sharif.
Oh, the best Genghis Khan is when John Wayne played him, though.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the greatest Genghis Khan ever.
We're going to go across the Mongolian steppes.
Mongol. Hey,
Nothing beats
Mongol.
What was the name of that movie? Was it called Genghis Khan?
Yeah.
Nothing beats Edward G. Robinson.
Genghis Khan is the greatest ever.
Nothing beats Edward G. Robinson in the Ten Commandments. Yeah, Moses. Yeah, Moses. Yeah,
Moses, see? I got these 10 rolls, you see?
They had cigars back then?
That's cigars in ancient Egypt.
Yeah. Always chewing. Chewing.
Fuck you. Went up my nose. Fuck you.
Wine up the nose. 10 Little Indians.
I remember that movie.
10 people are invited to a luxury mountaintop mansion only to find that an unseen person is killing them one by one. Could one of them be the killer? And the way it was filmed and the way it was put together is like this. It was like a great mystery. They don't write movies like this anymore.
Yeah.
It was kind of the way it was edited.
I think I saw it.
The way it was edited was fucking really good. Lou?
The Sandpiper with Elizabeth Taylor.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of playing is
unconventional. Not to be confused with Sand Pebbles.
That's right.
Steve McQueen.
That's right.
But that wasn't 65.
Yeah, she was pretty edgy. She was homeschooling a child. She's kind of an unconventional, free-spirited woman.
Yeah. Mark, got a movie?
I'm out.
Village of the Giants. Delinquent teenagers ingest a substance and grow 30 feet tall, then proceed to take over a small. I saw this movie. It was on Creature Double Feature. Actually, it's fucking horrible, but it's so bad it's good.
That's all that matters. So bad it's
Imagine
good.
delinquent teenage giants. Somebody was smoking weed, saying this would be a good fucking movie, man.
I got the financing for it.
I got it. Just figure out the special effects.
You know what? As you guys are bringing up these movies, I'm also thinking 65 led into 66. They were starting to get towards the rating system, and I think some of these movies pushed it to the rating system.
Oh, probably.
Because you got people that would take their kids to the movies and go,
but they still made these.
God,
They still made these grindhouse movies in the 70s. They still made them. The exploitation, the black exploitation films.
Yeah.
Cleopatra Jones and all those movies.
Blackula.
Dolomite, Blackula 2.
Part of Blackula was filmed in Nyack, New York.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Lou, you got any more movies?
Let's see. Von Ryan's Express.
Yep, I'm looking right at it. Von Ryan's Express. The movie that this is like a very, very cult following that just got ruined because, Doctor Who and the Daleks, right? Doctor Who
movie.
Yep, in 65, iconic Doctor Who. That last the last series that they did, they changed Doctor Who into a girl, into a woman, and they went back and Seinfeld again. And they went back and they erased all the history, and Doctor Who started as a little black child. The BBC absolutely destroyed. Doctor Who over in the UK is like, I don't know what it is compared to being here.
Oh, it's
we used to watch, my brother Mark and I used to watch it on PBS, Doctor Who. They absolutely woke it to death. I don't think it's that. They just absolutely destroyed it.
I still watch Doctor Who.
The old ones, but
did
you watch the latest one with what's her name as the Doctor?
Yeah.
Well, you
Doctor
also
Who
read
is
Rolling
not
Stone magazine.
Doctor Who is not neither a man or a woman.
It's always been a man. That's all there is to it.
Oh, okay.
It's always been a man.
Okay, tough guy.
Always been a man.
Doctor Who's a man.
Always been a man.
But I gotta say, Peter Capaldi was much better than I thought he would be. He was really good.
Let's see. Let's do a couple.
Who played
movies.
Doctor Who originally? Did they change the roles too? Like just
Doctor Who is like an alien being, so Doctor Who has.
But
to go
the
back
original
in the shell.
actor.
So he keeps coming back as a new person, so that's how they get new actors. Yeah.
Peter Cushing played him in this movie, though. Yeah,
Really?
Peter Cushing played Doctor Who in the movie. Yeah. Let's see a few more movies.
Perry just commented.
Curse of the Fly, the third.
I've got a Whopper and a
one.
Big Mac to eat right now. God's I'll tell you what, man, it's not bad. It's not bad. He commented that this is a great entertainment.
He's fascinated with that. We were talking about it on the phone, the science of what you did. He was like, the science of it.
I really had to figure it out. Like, all right, how am I going to do this? And when I ate the buns by themselves off the Big Mac, like I said, they're their own entity. Like you don't realize how bad those buns are until you eat one by itself.
He said you said that it wasn't like real bread.
It's not. It's got a thicker consistency to it. This is why it lasts. That's why it doesn't turn green. It doesn't get moldy.
It just
hardens. When you eat it by itself, it's just weird. It has a weird texture to it. But that's leading up to Luther. The Luther this month, guys. This month, the Luther.
I never laughed so hard as the last time you put that.
Last year I ate too. A Big Bubba. You know, my buddy Big Bubba is going to be commentary. He's going to do the commentary again. Everyone loved Big Bubba, and the Luther is it's the king of sandwiches. Absolutely, king of Thanksgiving sandwiches. Often imitated, never duplicated.
Do you stick any green bean casserole in there? Or is it just
I have I do.
You have.
Okay. Whenever I have, it all goes into a sandwich. You know what I did one year? I called it the Luther 2.0. I took stuffing because I make the greatest stuffing. Right, I'll give you my recipe off the air. It's the greatest stuffing recipe ever. Right,
really.
And I put them. I pressed a waffle, a stuffing waffle. I did 2 of them, and I built the Luther in between the stuffing waffles. So
I'm getting an attack right now.
And I used the gelled gravy with mayo and crabby.
Wait, you took a waffle, an actual waffle, like an Eggo waffle.
No, I took a waffle maker, right?
Oh, I see.
Press like a waffle press.
You press the stuffing into it.
And I put the stuffing in and I pressed it. Yeah. And I had 2 thick.
That's actually pretty
stuffing.
Cool.
But you use white bread?
Oh yeah. I use potato bread actually.
Well, doesn't the bread just disappear? Doesn't it just?
This has been finely crafted.
Yeah, I understand that.
Potato bread.
There's definitely a technique to eating it too.
Yeah.
With minimum spillage, and the thing is literally it's like 6-7 inches tall, high. It's
when I saw you eating it, I said your whole desk is going to be a mess, and it wasn't. I was like, whoa!
I've mastered the Luther. Yeah. This is the time of year I start getting people on Facebook saying, "Is the Luther coming? Is the Luther coming?"
You could eat a Luther on a Subway coming home from work. I could see you doing it.
That. Oh, I mean, again, I've mastered how to eat this thing.
Or
you eat it while driving.
That would be a test. I don't think I'd want to put anybody at risk for the Luther, though. Because if it came down to hitting somebody or dropping the Luther, I'm getting sued.
That could be the next internet craze. Sued. People eating the Luther doing.
Oh yeah, the TikTok craze. Yeah, let's do the Luther while you're driving. TikTok craze.
On a jam,
what if you mix a Luther with another, like a burger? Is that sacrilege?
Fucking penalty box, you heathen! Penalty box. Are you kidding me? What? Put a burger in the Luther?
Well, it is meat with turkey.
I might give him a double minor for that. He might get a double minor for that one.
You're going to get competition. He's going to do it.
It's good. If he does that, he'll get a one-show suspension.
He's sleeping.
He'll get a one-show suspension.
I think he pissed him off. Ooh, that's the uppity Italian look.
Who pissed who off? He threw a burger in with the Luther.
He looks like the Godfather right there.
Is Lou withholding on us? Is he withholding right now? Is he withholding?
He's about to sing. He's going to start singing.
He's looking off into the distance like he doesn't hear us. He's reaching for something.
Now watch. He'll try to get back.
He removed himself from the show.
He's going to try to get back on. The computer will crash. Oh shit!
He removed himself from the show.
We thought your computer would crash.
He just grunted.
No.
He just grunted into his microphone.
No.
Let's see. Let's get back to these movies.
He's incensed.
Entertain me.
Yeah. Oh, come on. Let me see.
The Ipcris File.
Yep, that was a good one. That was that was with
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine.
That's
Yeah.
just Michael Caine.
I'm Michael Caine.
I'm Michael Caine.
Hey, I got this one.
Two terrible impersonations of Michael Caine.
It just doesn't terrible. Just Jesus.
just a little bit there, love. Just a little bit. I don't know.
That's much better than what Mark did.
Yeah, I'm not good.
Well, I do a better English
Okay.
accent.
Dr. Goldfoot in the Bikini Machine.
Where the hell are you getting this from?
Vincent Price, Frankie Avalon. Oh, yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah.
I'd like to be on the set of that movie.
So that's like Beach Blanket Bingo meets Dr. Fives.
Yeah. Kind of like that.
I prefer Beach Banquet Bingo.
Beach Blanket Bingo.
Yeah. Beach
All right. Who got movies? Give me a movie.
Cat Ballou with Jane Fonda and Lee Marvin. The hard drinking Lee Marvin.
Yeah. What do you got, Mark?
Family, I don't have anything. I'm done.
The Devil's Mistress. In the Old West, a female vampire preys on unsuspecting cowboys.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That sounds kind of cool, actually.
Yeah. Die, my darling. Right? It's supposed to be like Fast and Killers.
So there's all these die movies. Die, Pussycat, Die, Monster. All
The
this die.
Bloody Pit of Horror. Yeah.
Drive-in movie.
A photographer and models go to an abandoned castle to shoot some sexy covers for horror novels. Unbeknownst to them, the castle is inhabited by a lunatic who believes himself to be the reincarnated spirit of a 17th century executioner.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a plot.
And
I can read these things.
By picking an executioner as a character, they don't have to worry about vampire royalties or anything.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I wonder what the budget is. I'm out. I exhausted my list.
All right, let me just bring up one more. I know it's in Libido. Ooh. A young man visits his ancestral home accompanied by his guardian and their respective wives, where he is plagued by the memories and influence of his murderous, psychosexual father.
Whoa.
Psychosexual
1965.
Jeez, they were right on the borderline of Grindhouse back then.
Like Mark said,
Invasion
that
of
was
Astro Monster, right? Let me see. One more good one. Frankenstein versus Baragon. Near the end of World War II, Germans transport the immortal heart of Frankenstein's monster to Japan, where it is seemingly lost in the bombing of Hiroshima. Years later, a wild boy is found, born from the immortal heart. This is more fun than music.
Wait, so Scott, the heart wasn't transplanted into the body of a boy. It just mutated into a child.
Yes.
Okay. So the heart at one point grabbed little arms, little legs came out.
From atomic, just the way Godzilla was created, atomic energy and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's see. I'm going to do the top 10 this week in 1965. I can't believe I found this, by the way. This shit gets hard to find sometimes. Number 10 this week in 1965. I'm serious. We should think about a movie kind of side podcast. You never know, right?
It would be all about the movies I've never seen. I'll just sit here like an idiot. You guys talk.
That's because you don't want to research. I know.
I'll watch them.
Number 10 this week in 1965. 1, 2, 3 by Len Barry.
1, 2, 3.
Number 9. This might be one of the greatest videos ever made because of one girl. Okay? If you've never seen it, you have to see Hang On Sloopy by the McCoys. You have to see the video. This girl is one of the most naturally gifted girls I've ever seen in a video. And this is from 65. Like, this is, I don't know what happened between then and now, but you just don't see this type of girl anymore. I don't know what it is.
Now you gotta send us the video.
Absolutely smoking. When you see the video,
healthy.
Oh, and she's good. She's just like a perfect 10 almost. Yeah. Number 8 this week in 1960. Remember, Hang On Sloopy. Watch the video. You'll know exactly what I mean when you see, as soon as the girl enters the frame, you can't take your eyes off her. Number 8 this week in 1965, Positively 4th Street by Bob Dylan. Number 7 this week in 1965, You're the One by the Vogues. Number 6 this week in 1945, Roy Head in the Trails singing Treat Her Right. Number 5 this week in 1965, Everybody Loves a Clown, Gary Lewis and the Playboys.
Yeah, they had a lot of hits that year.
Yeah. Number 4 this week in 1965, Keep on Dancing by the Gentrys.
That's
Mark's watching the video.
I can't find the video.
The girl was called Lisa Leonard Dalton. She was known as Sloopy Girl.
Oh, yeah, there's a reason.
I came up with something. Deconstructing a Myth. The Sloopy Girl Banter.
That's the one.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, she has her own following. She mesmerized me.
She was a blonde.
Yeah, but she was, that girl.
I did find it, Mark.
Okay. Oh, send it to me. All right. Sure.
Yeah. You're not going to
while Scott does his top 10, we'll watch it.
Yep. Number 3 this week. Oh, I don't care. That's fine. She's worth it. The Sloopy Girl is worth it. Number 3 this week. If anyone was going to bump me, I'd let the Sloopy Girl bump me. I'm telling you. She's kind of up there in my iconic women, like with Carly Simon's mouth.
Oh, she's pretty sloopy.
I'm telling you.
So okay. That's one sloopy white girl.
I'd like to hang on to that sloopy. She's a sloopy white girl. She's a sloopy white girl.
I'm going to use that. I'm going to use that in my daily life.
There you go. Way to bring it full circle, Lou.
That's one sloopy white girl, and no one can say anything about it. Okay.
There you go. Way to bring it full circle. It's how you're supposed to finish a joke. Finish a show with bring it back.
Yeah, man.
And all the way around.
Sloopy, baby.
And don't do a bad British accent.
That's right. Number 3 this week in 1965, Get Off of My Cloud, the Rolling Stones. Number 2 this week in 1965, A Lover's Concerto by The Toys.
Oh, yeah. That is done. That's a classical piece. It's a
Yeah.
concerto.
Yep. And number 1 this week in 1965, no surprise here, Yesterday by the Beatles.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fuck that, Paul.
That's
I don't get a penny out of that.
John could be jealous, but he got 50% of the songwriting.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that. Yeah.
So maybe he was probably like, yeah, okay, great song, but I'm getting paid.
All right, let's get into this day in music.
Yeah.
Moving right along.
This day in music.
This show was like a slow train leaving the station.
It was a clusterfuck at the beginning.
It started very contentious.
Yeah. You two.
What?
You started it.
You two was here?
I just told the truth and got put in a penalty box. That's what I did.
Yeah, well, it's because
very draconian of you.
Yes, that's right. That's right. That's
Lou, just face it. You're a flea in the circus.
Count Draconian.
Just a flea in Scott's circus.
That's right. On this day in 2015, Taylor Swift was being sued for $42 million for allegedly stealing the lyrics to her hit song from 2014, Shake It Off, which topped the music charts around the world. R&B singer Jesse Braham claimed in legal papers Swift stole the words from the song he wrote in 2013 called Haters Gonna Hate. I'm sure they settled that out of court. 2012, on this day in 2012, Metal Hammer magazine published a list of top 10 rock and heavy metal mustaches ever. The list included mustaches worn by the likes of Frank Zappa, all the members of Black Sabbath except Ozzy.
Tony had the best.
James Hetfield, Lemmy.
Wait. James Hetfield had a mustache?
His was bullshit. That just looks someone.
He had a Fu Manchu. He had like a Fu Manchu thing for a little while.
Okay.
Lemmy placed Freddie Mercury was at the top of the list.
He had a tickler.
Anyway,
come on.
Jesus.
I'm gonna go back to reading about Blues.
Yeah.
Blur Cold had a lot of mustaches too.
Yeah, they did. They really did.
On this day in 2008, U.S. drummer and singer Jimmy Carl Black died. He was a member of the Keys, the Soul Giants, the Mothers of Invention, and Jimmy Carl Black and the Manish Boys. Also worked with Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, The Doors, Joe Cocker, Grateful Dead, and the Turtles. Wow. Okay. I'm just going to say this. On this day in 2008, Shakir Stewart shot himself dead in the bathroom of his home in Atlanta. He worked as a music promoter and was vice president of Def Jam Music Group. He signed Rick Ross, Karina Pajian, Kyra, Sierra, Young Jeezy, and worked with LL Cool J and Nas. On this day in 2007, winners at this year's MTV Music Awards, held in Munich, Germany, included Avril Lavigne, who was named Best Solo Artist, and her song Girlfriend was voted Most Addictive Track. Addictive track. Not even a read. Might as well. Muse won 2 awards for Best UK and Ireland Act and Best Headliner Act. Linkin Park won the award for Best Band of 2007. The German band Tokyo Hotel took the prize for Best International Act. Amy Winehouse won the Artist Choice Prize, an award chosen by her fellow musicians, and the Ultimate Urban Prize went to R&B singer Rihanna. So Amy Winehouse was a pretty little thing.
Umbrella.
Okay. On this day in 2004, a man who allegedly stalked Australian pop star Natalie Imbruglia was deemed too mentally ill to be interviewed by police. A 44-year-old fan was arrested after turning up on the doorstep of the singer's $2 million home in Berkshire after flying to London from Australia. Jesus.
That's a good defense. I'm too crazy to be interviewed. That's a great defense.
Yeah.
All that for one song.
Yeah. I heard the way he tried to sexually assault her, and when the judge asked him, "How do you plead?" he says, "I plead insanity because I'm crazy over that girl."
Bailiff whack his pee-pee.
You're going, Luke got it. Luke got it. Luke got it. Luke got it.
She must be blind, so she cannot see what is being done.
I see Fred Gwynn.
She must be a deaf, so she cannot hear what is being done.
I see Fred Gwynn as a judge. You come into my car.
Oh, this is bad. This isn't a good one. It was a sad day on this day in 2004. 61-year-old Terry Knight, former manager of Grand Funk Railroad, was murdered at his home in Killeen, Texas.
Lou, you talked about this.
We were talking about him on Sunday.
Yeah, Knight was defending his daughter during a domestic disturbance when he was stabbed by her boyfriend, 26-year-old Donald Allen Fair. Knight began his music career by leading a Michigan band called Terry Knight and the Pack, who scored a Billboard Top 50 hit with I Who Have Nothing.
He also produced the band Blood Rock that had the number 36 hit DOA.
Did you ever hear that, Scott?
You ever hear that song, Scott?
What? I did.
DOA. They played every
isn't
Halloween.
it the most depressing song ever written?
It's a first person account of someone dying. They're in an accident. It's wild. I mean,
it's like the most depressing song ever written, isn't it?
Yeah, it's creepy. It's more creepy than, it's not like Seasons in the Sun, but it's very morbid. It's very metal.
It's very sanguine.
Yeah,
it's very sanguine. Really? It's extremely sanguine.
On this day in 2003, organizers of the MTV Europe Awards reunited 500 screamers, recruited 500 screamers to attend this year's event. The music lovers were selected at an audition held in Edinburgh, Prince Street Gardens. About 1,500 pop-mad teenagers and adults screamed themselves hoarse in a bid to get their hands on a ticket to the exclusive event.
Yoko would have won that 20 times.
Oh, she would have cleaned the crowd out. Yeah. They would have just all walked on that one.
Don't even bother trying.
This kid's pretty cool. On this day in 2000, Robbie Williams offered to donate his bone marrow to save a fan's life after meeting leukemia sufferer Joanna McVicker. Williams asked his fans to sign up as potential donors after being told that of the desperate shortage of male donors.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's the dude that drives fucking Jimmy Page crazy.
Yeah.
That's right.
Next door neighbors.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fighting over hedges and stuff, right? On the heights of your hedges or something.
Which She's the One, right? Which was a song originally written by
She's the One.
Bruce
Springsteen.
No.
See me and Luke.
World Party.
Oh,
World Party. Yeah. When it sings Ship of Fools, what's his name?
Carl
Wallenberg.
Wallinger.
Carl Wallinger. Yeah. That's a great. I like that version better than Robbie Williams' version. It's a great song. It's like whoever sings it. It's one of those songs. It's a great song. She's the One.
Yeah.
But when World Party does it, that's the original. It's just so good. So good.
Hey, Lou, don't you think that Jimmy Page could call Aleister Crowley to do something about that? We talked about him.
You could put a hex on him.
I don't know why he hasn't. Yeah.
This is relevant.
He's ignoring
today.
us, by the way.
Yeah, This is relevant for today. On this day in 1997, Scandinavian dance pop act, and I remember this, Aqua, started a 4-week run at #1 in the UK singles chart. This charted in America too, with Barbie Girl, a massive worldwide hit. The single sold more than 8 million copies. She's a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. You couldn't go anywhere without hearing it.
Yeah.
You know,
what year was that again?
It's 97.
Wow, that was it. Oh, okay.
It's the year I got out of the Air Force.
It was the 80s.
No.
Did they use it in the Barbie? And was it used in the Barbie movie?
Yeah.
I would think it would.
Scott's not going to see that Barbie movie anytime soon.
No.
I think he has.
I saw it.
No.
I saw it. I bought a ticket and I sat and I watched it.
Yeah, you would.
No, I'm joking.
On this day in
That would be
1990,
creepy if I sat in the theater alone watching a Barbie movie.
what did Perry Dedovich, the AI, said one song she didn't write?
And Natalie Bruglia.
Is that what it?
Yeah, that's what I mentioned.
Is that when he commented on it?
Yeah. And then he's got a Whopper and a Big Mac to eat.
Well, just remember, bots.
Right now, yeah, Godspeed. He brought that up earlier.
He's got tentacles out all over the web.
He does. His fingers are like giant.
It's like squids, like octopus fingers.
This day in 1990, American session musician and arranger Ray Pullman died of heart failure at the age of 60. He's credited with being the first electric bass player in Los Angeles studios in the 1950s.
Yep.
He was a member of the Wrecking Crew.
Yes.
Not to be confused with the Wrecking 2.
No, he was. What he did? You know why he left the Wrecking Crew? I think he became the musical director on Shindig.
And then what's her name sat in for him?
Carol Kay.
Carol Kay.
Right? She had to replace him.
All comes full circle.
You guys got to get T-shirts. Perry has to make you T-shirts. The Wrecking 2.
Dude, yeah.
I'm going to design it, though, at work.
Do it. The Wrecking 2. I want one of those, too.
Nice.
Somewhere you have to say Milk Crates and Turntables on it.
Sure. You self-promoting.
Lou, he's getting all managerial now.
It's not my show. I just got my finger on the penalty box.
He's going to whip out a cigar and just go.
I just want the name of the show on the shirt you're wearing.
Guys, you want a cigar, guys?
No, but I'm dead serious. You should design a shirt saying The Wrecking 2. That would be awesome.
I'm on it.
That would be awesome, man. Yeah.
And then people say, like, what does that mean? I'll be like, don't you know? Why don't you know it? Why don't
you
know what it
listen
means?
to Milk Crates and Turntables? What?
Yeah.
Who the fuck are you? And why are you talking to me?
Oh, you know what?
Yeah, you're nobody, you're nothing, and you're from no fucking where.
You're a fucking nobody from nowhere. So I wanted to so this guy that I met at the church concert a couple weeks back.
You go to church? Wow.
Badalamenti. This guy, Philip Badalamenti, sent me a thing on Facebook saying, "Hey, I met you at the concert. Going to listen to your podcast." I meant to mention him at the beginning, but you guys. So Philip, I'll mention him next week. But you guys you ruined it for him because I was going to mention his name right at the beginning of the podcast. So Philip, it's their fault. It's the Wrecking 2's fault. It's not my fault.
You were your brain was all cornflakes tonight. You were just like popcorn.
Cornflakes.
You know what I got to do? I got to get on at 7. You get on at 7:15.
Am I losing control of my show? Am I losing control of my podcast?
I'm going to be the guy behind the scenes. I'm going to run down at 7:15. You got the right feed. You got this. You got that. I'll get you straight.
No matter how many times he does it, Lou pops on like 2 minutes before the show comes on, and I'm always like, I was just about to say to you, Mark, does Lou, and all of a sudden he just pops on. Like, I don't know why.
It's that nervousness. Is Lou going to make it?
My wife, the beautiful Dr. Vera, she has a gate anxiety, right? It's this gate coming into my community. And she had a sticker on a car that didn't always read sometimes. So she would pull up, and sometimes it would the gate wouldn't open and the arm wouldn't go up. It would just sit there, and then someone would come up behind her, and she gets all unnerved from that, right? Because now she has to back up and get closer to the reader, right?
Right.
The car. So we got her a new. She always every night. She said every night I pull up to this gate, especially if it's raining, and I have anxiety, right? That the gate isn't going to open. Right?
I hear you. I know that. Yeah.
So even though she gets a new sticker, brand new sticker, it's clean because the old one, the sun had beat it. gate anxiety.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm starting to get Lou anxiety. Starting to get Lou anxiety.
We have a parking
because
garage.
he can pop on at 2 minutes too, but it doesn't mean his shit is gonna work. Does not mean his shit is gonna work.
You know, last time, because I forgot, my laptop needed some adjustment, so I used my old unit. So right at the very last
your
minute,
old unit?
My old unit, yeah.
Okay, anyway, let's move on. On this day in 1980, Bruce Springsteen scores his first #1 U.S. album with
The River.
The River.
I love that album.
Featuring the #5 and UK #44 single, Hungry Heart.
His first top 10 hit.
Yeah. On this day in 1975, Elton John started a 3-week run at #1 in the U.S. singles charts with one of his better songs, Island Girl. I think that was a fucking hack song.
Yeah.
Compared to what he was putting out around, I think he started kind of hitting a wall.
Well,
the lyrics about a prostitute in New York City and a Jamaican man who wants to take her back to Jamaica. I don't get any of that. I don't get any of that from that fucking song.
Jamaica jerk off.
In the white man's world. Well, he went with a different bunch of musicians on that record too.
Yeah.
The classic Rock of the Westies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. On this day in 1970, Matthews' Southern Comfort were at #1 on the UK singles charts with their version of the Joni Mitchell song Woodstock.
Really?
The group's only UK #1 hit. On this day in 1969, Elvis Presley went to #1 on the US singles charts with my favorite Elvis Presley song of all time,
Burnin' Love.
Nope. And Fine Young Cannibals do a great remake of it.
Suspicious Minds.
Yes. They do. The Fine Young Cannibals do an excellent version of that song.
I think Suspicious Minds is my favorite Elvis song.
Yeah. Love it. I mean, it's such a great song.
And Dwight Yoakam did a great cover.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great song. It's hard to not do a bad. It's just like what was I saying earlier? That the She's the One by World Party. Anybody that does it with any talent, you can't go wrong.
Yeah.
On this day in 1969, the Beatles scored their 13th U.S. #1 album with
Abbey Road.
Yeah. The final studio recordings from the group featured 2 Harrison songs, Something and Here Comes the Sun. I mean, could not have gone out on a better fucking note than that, George.
Kaboom.
Yeah. The cover supposedly contained clues adding to the Paul is dead phenomenon. Paul is barefoot. The car number plate is LMF218F, supposedly referred to the fact that McCartney would be 28 if he was still alive. LMW was said to stand for Linda McCartney Weeps. People really dug deep on that one.
Come on.
And the 4 Beatles represent the Priest, John dressed in white, the Undertaker, Ringo in a black suit.
Well, they
the
did that on
Corpse,
purpose.
Paul barefoot, and the Gravedigger George in jeans and a denim shirt.
Did you ever see the guy in the background who photobombed?
Greatest photobomb ever. I put that out a while ago on Facebook.
And he got interviewed by The Guardian or something, and he was talking about it. He's like, I was just out there parked, and there's these guys.
Greatest photobomb ever.
That's great. He's just like
the original photobomb.
Yeah.
The guy in the background just standing there looking like, what are these freaks doing?
Kudos to Paul for walking barefoot in that fucking street in the city. Would you walk barefoot in Manhattan?
And you know what? You know what I fucking hate? You know what I hate? My friend did this, and I love him like a brother. But I hate when fucking people do this. They go to England and they had like, here, take my picture on. That could be any fucking crosswalk in England.
Do you know how pissed off the locals there are of that? They actually rush at the people.
Idiot.
Hit them.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I mean,
if you're in the middle of the road, the taxi's trying to run you over.
We got our picture taken on the crosswalk at Abbey Road. Look at us. Look at us.
You know what I would do? If I was there, I would take a picture from the sidewalk. That's just my style, and say, "Hey, that's the crosswalk." I wouldn't,
I think people should. If someone really wants a good picture of that crosswalk, start having sex right in the middle of the crosswalk.
You just gave the Red Hot
That would be
Chili
worldwide.
You just gave the Red Hot Chili Peppers an idea.
Yeah, those pieces of shit.
On
this day and night,
you can rent the big pink house and let the band play, but you can't go in the basement where they made the music with Dylan.
Yeah, exactly.
You can rent this house.
You can't go in the basement.
Lou,
nice split level house.
It's an Airbnb. We're gonna get it, and we're gonna break into that.
I would definitely break in. Yeah.
On this day in 1968, George Harrison released his first solo album, Wonderwall Music, on the Apple label.
I've never heard
songs, which were mostly Harrison instrumentals, featured Eric Clapton, Ringo Starr. He just couldn't shake those guys. Right? He was always with like these guys, right?
Well, Ringo. I mean, Ringo played along.
Yeah, like he had his own thing, but Eric Clapton, Ringo, like that little crew, all kind of hung out together, right? Eric Clapton,
Klaus Vormann,
Clapton, Ringo. Who else was it? Who was it that Eric Clapton? Doesn't matter.
Jim Gordon,
Jim Keltner,
Jim Keltner.
On this day in 1966, the Doors played the first night of a month-long residency at the Odeon Discotheque, Midtown Manhattan in New York City. Wow.
A discotheque.
Yeah, discotheque. On this day in 1963, the Beatles kick off a UK tour, performing 2 shows at the Odeon Cinema in Shelton, Gloucestershire. Their repertoire for the tour was I Saw Her Standing There, From Me to You, All My Loving, You Really Got a Hold on Me, Roll Over Beethoven, Boys, Till There Was You, She Loves You, Money, which I like the incredible Fleeping Lizards version, Twist and Shout. Supporting the Beatles were the Rhythm and Blues Quartet, the Vernon's Girls, Frank Berry, the Brook Brothers, Peter J and the Jaywalkers, and the Kestrels.
The who?
I don't know.
Never heard of
On this day in 1956, Elvis Presley bought a new Harley Davidson motorbike and spent the day riding around Memphis on his new bike with actress Natalie Wood. Okay.
Nice.
All right, Elvis.
Nice.
Got wood.
Elvis.
He got wood. He got that wood that night, too. You know that.
She was something else.
Yeah, she was. Yeah. The only wood that can't float. On this day in 1955, R&B group The Famous Flames, led by singer James Brown, cut their first demo of Please, Please, Please at a radio station in Macon, Georgia. It would lead to their singing with King Records. Yeah. Born on this day, let's see. Let's move down this fast. So far, nobody. Rick Allen, the one-armed drummer from Def Leppard.
Yeah.
Anthony Kiedis, Red Hot Chili.
You can't tell the difference in this play.
You know what?
Yeah. He played like he had one arm to begin with.
Mutt Lang set him up. Yeah.
Fucking guy. If he hadn't lost his arm, they would have fucking dumped him about 2 years later.
You never know.
He would have been like any other. No, you got to go. You're not keeping up.
Yeah, he would have.
But he went out and loses his arm, and they're like, damn. We got to keep this motherfucker.
Can't rid of
how would that look? We kicked the one-armed drummer out of our band.
Yeah, you got to get good PR.
Well, you've seen that meme. If you air drum to Def Leppard with 2 arms, you're an asshole.
That's the second time Mark almost spit it up.
Got some Chardonnay coming out of his nose.
Yeah. On this day in 1962, Anthony Kiedis was born.
62?
Walking down the street, looking at my feet, gonna go to meat because I get some red meat.
I'm going to do some mid-level rap, and I'm not going to be good.
No talent. Fucking only because they had a cool name and they kind of jumped around and he danced like a fucking white guy.
Yes.
You know who I hate too? I used to like him, Beck. He started off with the fake with like a white boy can't dance moves. Then he did it like as an adult, like he started trying to keep that whole like I haven't learned to dance yet type thing. Yeah, Beck can eat shit.
When you're a one-trick pony, you have to stick with what you do.
That's and he's protected by the fucking those lunatics in L.A. The Scientologists.
Yeah.
Supposedly he murdered somebody and they covered it up for him.
Are you serious? God. I didn't hear that.
There's something you can find it somewhere on the internet that he did something that somebody died at his house or something, and that they covered it all up for him.
Yeah.
The his last album was kind of like a retread. It was. I heard a lot of cuts off. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Born on this day in 1957, Lyle Lovett. One of the ugliest men ever to grace the cover of an album.
What a great songwriter, but you're right, ugly.
Now, Julie Roberts has a pretty nice mouth, too.
She does.
Yeah.
She does. Yeah. But she's not a singer, so.
No, and she's no Carly Simon. But...
No.
Oh,
Lyle Lovett looks like that dude, uglier than a bag of assholes.
Yeah. Here goes the train again.
Like Joe Jackson has a face made for radio.
Yeah, really.
Joe Jackson looked like Duck Boy.
Look at Barney Fife.
He looks like an ashtray. There's a lot of Englishmen whose faces look like ashtrays. That's one.
What does that mean?
All right, so Lou, I'm going to tell you guys. There's a team in the Premier League called Nottingham Forest. Their coach, Steve Cooper. I will text you both, you guys, a picture of that's an ashtray face. All right. It's a typical English face.
It's like a
kind of a
face.
snarl on the upper lip.
Yeah, and his teeth look like the cigarette butts put out in the ashtray.
It's just
fucking all different directions. Each tooth has its own personality.
But I love it. I love it.
Born on this day in 1951, American composer, singer, songwriter Robert Bell. Who's Robert Bell?
Cool in the Gang.
There you go, Lou.
Thank you.
Enough of that. Then they came out with Celebration. They ruined everything.
Joanna.
Yeah, Joanna. I like Too Hot, though. I do like that song.
It's still kind of
At 17, we fell in love. High school sweethearts. Love was so brand new. That's a good song. That's anything.
Great chorus.
But they're never like this 70s music.
Nah, funky. They were so funky, man.
Oh, man, yeah. But they went with the times and made a lot of money doing it.
Yep.
They sold out for the commercials.
Let me see. Born on this day in 1947, Jim Steinman.
Okay.
Yeah, Jim Steinman. Well known for his Meatloaf. Work with Meatloaf, and what was his most successful chart single?
Meatloaf.
He was on. Huh?
I can't do. I will do that. What I won't do.
Jim Steinman's most successful chart single.
I do anything for love, but I won't do that. No. He worked with another band. Who did he work with?
Oh wait, was it Total Eclipse of the Heart?
Yep, Total Eclipse of the Heart. Good one, Lou. Yeah, and Air Supply's Making Love Out of Nothing at All.
Really?
Wow.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Steinman died from kidney failure on April 19th, 2021 at the age of 73.
Who played drums on Total Eclipse of the Heart?
Neil Peart.
Oh, yeah, okay. Max Weinberg.
Ah,
wow.
Okay.
Yeah. He
was
did
all
a
ham-fisted, right?
Because Lou's sister dated him. We all know that. That's how he found out. Moving on. No Max Weinberg stories.
I don't have any. In the studio.
Born on this day in 1947, Bob Weston, who had a brief role as this guitar songwriter with Fleetwood Mac.
Very brief. Very brief.
Yeah.
When?
Huh?
When was he in Fleetwood Mac?
It was the
in the early 70s.
The Bob Welch years. He was part of the band. Yeah.
Let's see.
And Max Weinberg played with them too.
Yeah. Born on this day in 1946, Rick Gretsch. Yep.
Bass player.
Worked with Family, Blind Faith, Traffic, Ginger Baker's Air Force, session musician.
Yep.
Rob Stewart, Ronnie Lane, Vivian Stanshall, Muddy Waters, The Crickets, Bee Gees, Graham Parsons. Gretsch died of anal failure. Oh, renal. Jesus.
Jesus Christ, Scott.
Is that he died being an asshole? It's an anal failure.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, March 17th, 1990, the age of 43. Yeah.
Whoa.
Anyway.
That's your kidneys, isn't it?
Okay, we have this guy who's Barry Sadler, born in this day in 1940. Barry Sadler.
But they had the Marine song. Yeah, the
Ballad of the Green Berets.
Ballad of the Green Berets.
Yeah. And finally, born in this day in 1936, Andre Williams, American R&B musician. His most famous songs include the hits Jailbait, Greasy Chicken, Cadillac Jack. See how I said it like a black guy, just in case people like, is he making? Yeah, I did. I said it like, because that's how he said it.
Jailbait was a great Aerosmith song.
He co-wrote Stevie Wonder's first song, Thank You for Loving Me.
Oh.
Yeah. And also was the co-author of the R&B hit Shake a Tail Feather.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. And a hit for the five Dutones. James and Bobby. He died March 17th. Another one died on March 17th. Age of 82. And that is it, gentlemen.
Jesus, we almost hit 3 hours.
We about the same time we did last week. We were right on time. The movies, we did a lot of movies. I think we covered as much movie time almost as we did on music. That's good though. People like that shit.
Yeah,
nice
vary it, you know.
Yeah,
I'm gonna watch some. I'm gonna watch some Hammer movies before.
Yeah, buddy. The Women of Hammer. Go check them out. You have a hard time picking one.
Sloopy girl.
Nice white Sloopy girl. Sloopy white girl.
Sloopy
white. Good one, Lou. She's a slutty Sloopy white girl. Yeah.
I can't wait to use that.
Yeah.
You are one sloopy white girl. Let me tell you.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Look at you.
Yeah, you don't have to be on LinkedIn.
That's it. That's right. That's right. You don't have to be an executive level.
We're talking sloopy face to face here.
Well, gentlemen, as I always say, thank you for your knowledge. Thank you for your time. And most of all, where's Jack? Hold on. I got to take another picture of that. Hold on, Mark.
Okay.
I got to. Let's see. Let's get that on. Let's see. Let's see. Got it. I got it. But most of all, as I always say, gentlemen, thank you for your friendship. I truly appreciate everything you bring to the table, everything you bring to the show.
We didn't bring much tonight.
Well,
listen,
anyway,
I had my COVID shot, so I'm kind of like out of it.
Well, good luck to you, buddy. Better you than me. That's
I got microchips in my blood, so.
That's right. And as I say to everybody out there, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. If you like it, share it. If you didn't, thanks for watching and listening for 2 hours and 50 minutes.
One set of a Grateful Dead show.
Yeah. Without you guys, it would just be me and these two guys talking, and that would be good. Because you are the engine that runs this machine. And to quote my favorite artist, Morrissey, doing the show for you, the pleasure, the privilege is mine. And we will be back next week with, I don't know, we always decide like on Monday. What we really
you don't want us to research, so you tell us at the last minute.
We had a little bit. We'll try to get it in before Monday. Let's give Dave Phillips something about some offbeat fucking British band. We'll do it. Bring something to the.
Lou's gonna own that show.
Yeah, we'll do a segment on a British band and let Lou just be the professor, be the professor's corner.
All right.
Yeah. And as it is, guys, girls, listeners, watchers, viewers, thank you, and we'll be back next week. Say goodbye, guys.